Happy Monday. Welcome back, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. We are fired up today to do some actual good radio for you. Like, we left last Friday on a very, very piss-poor note, and I don't like that. It really sat with me the entire weekend. And we're here to kick some ass today and take some names. Your light is off already, so you're off to a great start over here, dialed in on this Thanksgiving week, as I can see already. It's a playoff Monday, Ben. Big night here in San Diego. SDFC going to be taking on Minnesota. Oh, how are you? How are you? Oh, he's funny looking. Funnier looking than most. I can't wait for tonight's game. Is that Irish? That did sound
a little Irish.
All my accents sound Irish. Why are you doing Irish?
You sound like a leprechaun.
Ooh, just funny looking. Top of the morning to you. Man, it's good to see you guys. I missed you. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you? I agree with everything you said. I was spun out for most of Friday.
Yeah, it really
based
affected
on how
you.
that show. And it's like, I knew, hey, there was nothing. It was out of my control, out of our control.
You didn't do anything wrong.
But, God, that pissed me off.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was really infuriating.
I hate that kind. I hate those days. I just don't like technical difficulties. And I do realize that they do happen. And kudos and credit to our incredible engineering staff who recognize it, work their balls off on it to make sure that we are good to go. So I really appreciate them. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning. Good to be back. Good to hopefully be on the air and streaming to everybody this morning on 97.3 The Fan, SD. Now, you say it's a playoff Monday. I'm trying to figure something out here.
Yeah.
Is that why you look so sharp?
Oh,
today?
do I look sharp?
You're sharply dressed. You're put together. I mean,
Thank
you're
you.
always
That's a nice sweater.
you're always a fairly good dresser, but you seem as though you've got a little extra
A little juice?
pizzazz
Show it off
this
for the
morning.
people.
Yeah,
This
look
is
at that. That's nice.
this is remember I told you guys last week about, we were talking about prices of clothes. You had to stop by a department store. And he walks in the department store. He needed a button-down shirt. And he walked into, Neiman Marcus. Finds the button-down shirt, brings it up. The guy's like, yeah, it's $880. And he said, all right, see you later. That's it. And I said, you did the right thing. Yeah, you did the right thing. And I told the story about right when I started dating my wife in 2014. I was a part of a subscription service, and they would send me really nice clothes, and I would take some and keep some and send some back. And this is the one that I kept. This is the John Varvatos sweater that cost me a fortune, but I kept it and I've had it, and it's kind of a good luck sweater. And
Break it out for special occasions.
Break it out for special
What's
occasions.
the special occasion?
Trying to think of the best way to put this.
Not the Aztecs taking on Michigan tonight in basketball.
No,
It's not the SDFC playoff game. Those are hours and 13 hours away.
I've got a I don't think I'm allowed to say per contract a meeting. It's a get together.
Should I know about this meeting?
As you said, why
Didn't
just
say.
you,
What,
apparently?
you just have a meeting?
When the time is right.
Preliminary meeting.
It's a preliminary get together.
A conversation.
It's just a
It's a
conversation.
get-together.
It's just a conversation.
With who?
I'm allowed to have conversations. Just people. Just having a conversation with people. That's it. That's
Old friends.
That's it. No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Maybe new friends. You never know. Just
Well, good luck with that.
thank you, and I'll.
You do look nice. I will say
thank you.
that.
I appreciate
Nice
it.
sweater.
I'll fill you guys in.
So it does concern me and Ben in some capacity.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, for sure.
Ray says, holy bleep, Woodsy, the new hitting coach.
I wouldn't want that job for $1 billion a year. $1 billion with a B. No, pass. Because all the experts are on Twitter telling me what I'm doing is wrong. I couldn't do it.
You already have that job.
I have that job anyway, but I don't make $1 billion. Maybe I would take it for the money, because I always get that anyway. And just go the other way, guys. It's not that hard. You just need to hit more home runs. It's not that hard. I feel like we are the last team in baseball to not have a hitting coach, or have done anything really of note since the season ended. But hey, that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I'll listen. I will. I'll fill you in when the time is right.
Thank you.
I'm not trying
Okay.
to. I'm not trying to hide anything from you.
Yeah,
You're
clearly.
not. You're doing a
Clearly.
bad job of not trying to hide anything from us. Then
there's ramifications. Okay. That's all I can say.
all right.
So I didn't want you to ask me about it, but you did.
Just dropping it then.
Yeah,
Fancy
I'm
meeting?
dropping
Just
it.
drop. Yeah, fancy. Pretty fancy. This is one of those meetings where you want to put your best foot forward. I'll put it that way. Okay. You read between the lines there.
Ben, I feel like we need to start setting up some meetings.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you guys get your stuff together. dude.
Intriguing meeting.
Yeah, start setting up some meetings. Exactly.
Okay.
This is not I'm not looking to do a Woods solo project. I'll tell you that. Never ever. You guys know how I feel about you.
Thank you.
So I will, and I'm not going anywhere by myself.
All right.
So anyway, that's that. But no, we talked about Friday. Friday sucked.
Clinton in our chat says it was fun to go back on Odyssey to watch the show on Friday's last hour. How many people actually went back and did that? It did get posted, Paulie said.
Audio.
The audio got
The audio
posted.
did. I mean, from what I was able to gather, yeah, I was shocked I was able to save any of the audio based on whenever those types of things happen. And remember, people were saying on the stream, no, you guys sound pretty good on the stream. And then it started cutting out, and then it came back and cut out. But for the most part, we got the whole hour.
We had a massive, for anyone who wasn't here on Friday, we had a
don't
massive
know what happened.
network failure, kind of unexplained, that for the better part, like the 9 o'clock hour into about Braden's show at 10 o'clock, we were on and off the air, off the stream. We had no access to internet in the building. It was really unsettling, actually, for us to be on the air during that hour.
Yeah, it was terrible, and I don't know why we're reliving it. To be honest with you, I'm vehemently against this right now because I don't want to relive that horrible experience.
I had people texting me throughout the day on Friday going, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Or, hey, I missed the 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock hours. I'm like, our whole building shut down at like 9:05.
Internet, all
Couldn't
of it.
post the 8 o'clock hour. Don't even think the 9 o'clock hour even exists anymore. We couldn't open up our computer. We could not do anything. And it was, I ended up finding the audio. I posted it. I called it the Lost Hour.
Yeah, the Lost Hour.
And
I like that.
And I just said, enjoy listening to three grown men.
So bad.
Enjoy listening to three grown men wonder if anybody can hear them for 40 plus minutes.
It's the
so
absolute worst.
It was so
But
awful.
here's, I did find a couple of clips that I personally thought were funny because of, well, this first one, not only was it cutting in and out, it was morphing like our audio, our voice.
I like the voice morph.
Every Friday around 9:20, we do the Ben's Sexy Saturday Stinkfist schedule, college football games.
College football weekend. Your best lineup for a marquee weekend necessarily, but there are fighting for a spot in the college football playoffs. Starting with the 9 a.m. game, number 22 Missouri visiting number 8 Oklahoma. BC, but Oklahoma, they already have 2 losses in the SEC, so they're not making the SEC champion.
Oh wait, is she a great big fat person?
Probably the biggest game of the day in the Big Ten. Number 15 USC.
What is 15?
Number 15 USC at number 7
That
Oregon on
Got a
CBS.
flub in there.
That wasn't the
Do it again.
that wasn't the network.
Play
That was the
part.
network. It was totally the
That
network.
was not this network.
The network.
Play that part again. I forgot about that. Listen to that.
12:30, probably the biggest game of the day in the Big Ten. Number 15 USC.
What?
It's
15.
Number 15 USC at number 7 Oregon on CBS. We were all spun out.
I was
the
a wreck.
entire
I
hour.
hated it. I was staring at the clock, ready for the day to end.
I want to play his voice morphing again.
That was
Playoffs.
so good.
With the 9 a.m. game, number 22 Missouri visiting number 8 Oklahoma. BC.
Hang on, I think I've got the card right over here. Hang on one sec. Frederica Bimmel, right? Yep. She moved out, I think. Hang on, I got a card somewhere. Would you like to come in for a minute? She's a great big fat person, right?
With the 9 a.m. game, number 22 Missouri visiting number 8 Oklahoma. Your voice reminds me, actually. I was playing golf on Saturday, and a guy I played with, Tier 1, was very excited when he found he was playing with me. He said what he used to do for a living was sell skin. Human skin for a living.
You're
I said,
joking.
Really? He goes, yeah, for burn victims.
Oh,
And they would create it based on like a hybrid, like a bovine and synthetic all together, and like they'd sell it to hospitals and stuff. And I go,
that's
very Silence of the Lambs here.
Yeah.
You did that. He said, yeah, it's big medical industry. And he says the developments in skin technology have been amazing in recent years.
I'm
But
blown away.
Yeah.
I never even thought about that. He's like, hi, bro. Don't worry. How are you?
now he's in flooring if you need a flooring guy, but he, used
he
to
likes
be
to
in
cover
skin.
things, man.
Yeah,
He's really into coverings. I'm going to do bathing suits next. After that, I just like covering things with other things.
With the 9 a.m. game, number 22 Missouri visiting number 8 Oklahoma.
That's
Puts
incredible.
the lotion on its skin.
And then, I got one more clip from about 10 minutes later. This is, I think the app like cut out for good for like a good 4, 5, 6 minutes. And I had multiple people specifically reach out to me with like this particular quote. Ben almost getting a little philosophical on us because we were about 30 minutes into having no phones, no internet, no computers, nothing.
I would assume this would be a good time
Things Ben likes.
to talk about. We can't play that, I would think.
Can't play anything off the board.
No.
Yeah. So
Really?
this is a time to discuss our reliance
That's-
on technology and how we are completely and utterly.
Oh, there it goes.
That actually happened.
That was real time.
and utterly gone. Completely and utterly.
and I just go,
What
you got to be
timing?
kidding me.
So the other thing that really threw us for a loop is there's been something going on behind the scenes here for a long, long time. We've been working on it. Our sales staff has been working on it. It's for you guys. It's for us. It's something for us to do together. And we were very, very excited about it. And we were going to announce it on Friday. And we teased it. We've got a big announcement coming up. And that's when everything went to just poop. Right then. Is right when we were about to get into this thing for probably a half an hour. And it crapped out. And we're texting each other in here. We're talking to our bosses. We're talking to the client, I guess, as it were. So we can't do it. Cannot do it. I'm not going to do it unless we can give it its full fare, and you deserve that as the client. The tier ones deserve that. They're probably already going to have questions. Let's not make it even harder. So you tease, we're just going to have to do it Monday. And I don't like a 48-hour tease. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of radio experts will tell you, no, the more you can do that, the better. I like you guys. I love you guys. I'm not trying to drive you insane.
I don't like 48-minute teases.
Yeah, I really don't either. 48-second tease is fine. Like, hey, coming up next, Woodsy really got under this guy's skin next. And you listen to a couple commercials, you come back, get your story. I do not like hey, coming up on Monday. And then on Monday, I was a part of a show like that. Then Monday would come. We're going to wait till Wednesday. Tune back in at 7. Like, that's our job, is to drive your appointment listening. It's our job to do it. I hate that part of our job.
So
I don't believe
my
it.
idea of now pushing the announcement back to the extravaganza
It's a terrible
It's
idea.
not a good
It's
idea.
a horrible, horrible
right at the
idea.
end, 9:50, the last thing of the
Yeah, the year.
extravaganza. We will finally get to the announcement.
No, we're going to do it here.
Let's
How
do
we
it now.
this?
I think we just tell everybody because we're really excited about this.
Super fired up for this.
So next season, you can join Ben and Woods with Hop Run Tours for an unforgettable trip to Chicago to watch our baseball team take on their baseball team, the one on the north side.
The north side team.
At their historic stadium. You know which one I'm talking about. A fully inclusive package with round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, 3 nights at a 4-star hotel, a stadium tour, and tickets to 2 games, including one. I know we've got seats right by the dugout. The other in those bleacher seats at the top of the building.
Oh, my God.
That
Oh,
are
my
very
God.
right,
Oh,
right,
my God.
right over there.
Oh, my
you know which
God.
one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Dinner with Ben and Woods. All included, a special pizza luncheon with their famous, deep dish pizza or whatever pizza I guess you want to get. You can. And here's how you sign up, because there are limited slots available. You can go to 973thefansd.com/Chicago. Should be live this morning on the website.
I just checked. It is
973thefansd.com/Chicago for all the details. I know not for everybody, but for people who'd be interested in joining other tier ones, like-minded fans of our baseball team on a trip with the three of us. Should be a ton of fun, and it's next June is when that series takes place. So
it's end of June. It's June 29th through July 2nd. And again, this includes your airfare, your airport transfers. There are 3 nights of hotel, tickets again to those 2 games in the greatest city. It's just the best big city there is, and my old stomping grounds, near and dear to my heart. Let's go do Chicago together. We've never done it together.
I have not been since I was 17 years old, my only time visiting, and I'm so excited to go back, especially with you guys.
It's going to
be
the
Tier 1s.
It's going to be incredible. Like you said, there's only 50 slots available. So all of your slots available on that trip, where you're going to have your way with Ben and Woods. We're going to get to go out drinking together. We'll get to go out hanging out together. It's going to be a blast. And I can't think of a better city to do it in. I really can't.
And if you can't make it, and I totally understand that it's not going to be, everybody's not going to be available or be able to afford it because it's a trip, obviously. But we're going to do our shows from Chicago, at least I think 2 of the mornings that we're there, or at least one of them.
Maybe one, at least one.
Depending on
Adam
travel.
says 2, but I'm doing a podcast.
We're definitely going to be on the air at some point
yes.
And broadcasting live from Chicago.
Like from our sister studios in Chicago, I think we'll be in a studio.
Which will be very cool. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So we'll take all of you with us. We can't take all of you, but, spiritually we'll take all of you, and we'll actually take 50 of you with us to Chicago next summer.
We all get to fly together and stuff and just hang out, and
gonna be a party in the air.
Just go do stuff together. It's gonna be great. So again, hey man, Christmas is coming up, right? And it's not, like I said, it's with all the stuff that you're getting. This isn't like, oh cool, $300. Like, it's not a cheap trip, but it's gonna be a trip that is worth every single penny.
It's for me, I would not even know how to arrange all these things on my own,
especially those seats up in the thing,
right?
Man,
I've heard those ones are inclusive of food and drink as well when you're there.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a trip of a lifetime. First time we've ever done something like this.
Right.
Now, they used to do these back in the 80s, and your favorite radio show. Hey, we're getting on a bus. We're going down to Mexico, and
listener cruises.
Listener cruises are a thing, and we got to start somewhere. So we thought, let's start with the
something we all like.
Yeah, baseball team that we all love, into a really historical city and ballpark. A lot of people were thinking about making that trip anyway. This just gives you a good experience. And I can't wait. I really can't wait for it. I'm so excited. I love that city. Love the Tier 1s. I love you guys. It's going to be a great time. So again, Benny, the website is 973thefansd.com/Chicago.
Correct.
Go check it out. And yeah, great Christmas gift. I mean, an incredible Christmas gift for your loved ones. If you're into it.
Start saving up now.
Yeah. Start saving up now. Hope to see all of you guys out there.
I would love that. We're very excited about this.
Very, very excited.
And this is Tier 1 David J. Hop Run Tours.
Dude is locked in.
Is his company, and he's been setting up these trips for a while now, so he knows what he's doing, which was important to us that we teamed up with someone who has done things like this
together
before.
And plan it ourselves.
I told Paulie over the weekend.
Yeah, you don't want to go on the trip that we planned.
Oh no! I told Paulie over the weekend. I said, honestly, if it was anybody other than David, I wouldn't have even passed it up, down the chain to sales. I've met with David. I know David very well. David's a friend. He's as dialed in, as smart of a dude as there is. And we've honed this thing down. We had other ideas, and I said, David, let's keep this thing central to Chicago. Let's keep this thing for the Tier 1s. And I'm so excited. It's my first time I've ever done this. I've been in radio 15 years now. 15 years. I've never gotten a chance to do a flyaway with listeners. And it could be the greatest trip ever. I can't wait.
If you set up the trip, it would be like join Ben and Woods in Chicago, where we'll spend 17 hours a day in our hotel rooms just chilling.
Yes, just chilling. Come chill with us. I was better in Philly.
You were good in Philly.
Philly, I was elite. Are you kidding me?
You were good in Philly.
You had to drag me home a couple times. But boy, that morning after that first night, and I knew you guys wanted to go sightseeing, and I was not feeling. I go, man, you got to. My wife told me before I left, suck it up, just go along.
And you're glad you did.
She said, go with the flow for once in your life. I go, you're right, babe. And I stumbled downstairs, and we went and had a great day. And There will be not a lot of chilling on this trip. It's hard to chill in Chicago. It really is. There's always something going on. Excited. Very excited. Very excited. So hopefully we get that thing going. You'll be hearing a lot about it on the station. But, man, the games themselves should be absolutely incredible as well, and where we're sitting and all that. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the other details as well in terms of, like, where exactly we're staying. And you're going to have to show me Chicago.
Oh, no problem, dude.
When I went with, like, my high school friends. It wasn't an adult trip to Chicago.
What did this trip entail?
It was our academic team, like, competition in Chicago. We went up to Lake Forest College and competed, and then we had to kill like 3 days in the city. And we did get to go to a game at Wrigley Field, and it was a lot of fun. But it was not a grown-up trip to Chicago.
Yeah, you were 17 at the time, and you're going with an academic team.
But speaking of all a bunch of nerds.
Speaking of
me included, of course.
Speaking of sitting in your hotel room chilling, an academic team.
No, there was probably academic enriching experiences, like learning about the Chicago Mercantile. And
down
like
at the Board of Trade. I don't
know how many educational experiences we're going to be having on this trip.
Oh, there'll be some educational experience. Yes, sir. You can count on it, my friend. Count on it. It's going to be incredible. Incredible. So that's the big announcement.
We actually had an announcement.
We had a real announcement. We really, really did. Somebody just said they tried the site. It's not working. Try again. Paulie, just look. 973thefansd.com/Chicago. What if, like, all Dodger fans buy it out? I mean, you sold the seats.
Yeah. I don't think they will.
Don't they love to invade?
Don't
they? Well, when's that ever stopped? Don't they love to invade stadiums and stuff? Isn't that their bid? We don't do parades, except when we do giant parades.
They love to wear Dodger uniforms when the Dodgers
aren't playing. Two teams that aren't playing, they do love that. Yeah. So excited, man. Go get your go sign up today, and we'll see you there. We'll rage together.
As Woods mentioned, very big day in San Diego sports with a playoff game tonight at Snapdragon Stadium. A huge Aztecs game in Las Vegas tonight as well. Aztecs also got a big football win over the weekend, and we're starting to see some baseball moves on Friday. Had some interesting non-tender decisions, had a huge trade yesterday between the Rangers and the Mets. So we'll talk some baseball. We'll set the menu for the program on a Monday short week. Remember, it is just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll be off for the Thanksgiving holiday. Hopefully you're all enjoying it with your families this Thursday and Friday. So quick week, got a lot to get to over the next couple of days. Thank you for joining us, getting started. Ben, Woods, Paul on a Monday morning on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Let's get our first check of traffic here with Kelly Danick.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
We are saying goodbye to a couple of Padres. Found that out on Friday. Welcome back. Ben and Woods on a Monday morning. Just announced the big Ben and Woods trip to Chicago. Looking forward to it. Again, if you missed our last segment, go back for all the details. We go to 973thefansd.com/Chicago for all the information on how you can join us on a trip to the north side next June, late June into early July. Coming up, we will talk some Padres, some baseball. Big trade yesterday as well. The Hot Stove League isn't hot yet, but there's certain embers, like that are at least warm going on ahead of the winter meetings in a couple of weeks. So we'll talk a little baseball coming up. Obviously, had a big weekend of football and SDFC's game tonight. Coming up at 7:35 to help us preview that big game tonight, our friend Craig Elsten will join us at 7:35 on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. And then outside of that, we'll have our regular features like Don't Do This, Take on Woods, our biggest fan announcement at 9 o'clock, and our Reindl Report in our 9 o'clock hour today. That's what we've got on the menu for the program today, Woods.
Well, and you know what? Menus change too.
They
You
do.
never know what else could be discussed. Kind of an interesting story for you guys at 8 a.m.
Do you?
Yeah, you're going to want to hear it. It was inevitable.
I thought you didn't like long teases, and now you're teasing me. I have to wait until 8 a.m. for this story.
You're right. I just said I don't like long teases. I just said it. This is it's like an hour and a half. But I'm just
All right,
telling
I'll
you,
wait.
the 8 o'clock is going to be really interesting.
All right.
And I want both of your guys' opinion.
Okay. Yeah, you want to start with the Padres news, though, quickly
Yeah.
on Friday?
They've gone to, they're excited. You can't use the word excitement when you talk about the San Diego Padres in the offseason. That's the wrong word for it. They were very much in the news for the last few weeks, right? With the Mike Schilt, quitting. The hiring of Craig Stammen was a vicious news cycle. The team selling is a vicious news cycle. You got to balance out some of the vicious news cycles with some good news, some positive news. We haven't seen that yet, and I'm waiting for that.
I think you're overestimating the amount of news that's come out. Most teams of the 30, I would say like 26 of them have done absolutely nothing at all.
See, I don't agree with
this
you.
offseason.
I don't agree because
there's
they've
been
at least
a trade. There's been a free agent signing. That's about it. The
They've at
Mariners
least
signed Josh Naylor.
Well, they've at least rounded out their coaching staff. Who's Craig Stammen talking to on a daily basis? They know who their hitting coach is. The new hitting coach is currently installing his philosophy and sending giant PDF files to all the players and saying, here's what we're going to do. We have none of that. We've done none of it.
I don't know that that's how it works with a hitting coach. I don't know that you
don't know that it
install your
doesn't.
philosophy in November.
You don't know that it doesn't. Here's what I want you guys working on. This is what I saw from you last. We don't have a hitting coach. We don't have a third base coach. I'm pretty sure Leaper's looking at other spots or is going to look at other spots.
And a bench coach.
I mean, again, these aren't world beater moves.
Or as I've said, we may have all three, and they will announce it in due time in February.
I don't believe that bit. What's the purpose of that? There's no purpose to be like, we hired a hitting coach. He's double secret hitting coach.
You're certainly encouraging them to make an announcement if they have one, because they don't want to hear you for the next 3 months going, why haven't we?
What are we doing?
What are we doing here? And they're like, yeah, we hired guys like 2.5 months ago. It's just, we're just waiting on the announcement.
For what? What would be the reason to not tell people?
I'm just telling
this
you,
is the
that's
direction.
The way they always do it. They give you one release with all their coaches on like February 12th. And then that's the list of coaches. Do their major league coaches, all the minor league managers and coaches. It's one big release. It's how they've always done it. They don't do it piecemeal. I've got to imagine at some point,
but they've done it. They've done it.
A bench coach is going to leak out. A hitting coach will have to leak out.
See, that's not true though, because they hired Ruben Niebla before they had a manager. You know what I mean? And they announced it. It wasn't all of a sudden, boom, Ruben Niebla is our new pitching coach. We knew about it. So I don't know, man. I think we got to do something. Oh yeah, Tim Leeper is a New York Met now, so he is definitely gone. So yeah, we have to figure out what the plan's going to be going forward. And I'm just saying, balance out some of that crazy news that we had 3 weeks ago and on. with some good stuff. And I haven't really seen a lot of good stuff yet. I'm impatient, and I get it.
Two other people who are gone, and we did not really see it projected, although I would say it's also not stunning, were the non-tenders from Friday. Pitchers, Omar Cruz and Sean Reynolds, who were not offered contracts and immediately became free agents. Padres did not, I guess, see a future for either of those guys in the organization. No details as to why they made those decisions.
Can they come back on a different, minor league deal?
They can if they don't decide to sign anywhere else. But now you're just in the same boat as the other 30 teams.
Right.
Sean Reynolds obviously did not, build off what he did in 2024 and 2025.
Bit of a disappointment, I'd say.
Omar Cruz, who it looked like he was knocking on the door, made his major league debut in 2025. I think got the one start when he came up.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just decided didn't like what they saw or, why they made those decisions. But for a team that is thin in the pitching department, especially the starting pitching department, to let one go was a bit of a surprise. Everybody else, though, that was arbitration eligible did get tendered a contract, including Luis Camposano, who agreed to a 1-year, $900,000 contract, the number reported by Dennis Lynn, to return for his final season. He's out of options, last year of arbitration eligibility. This is it. Luis Camposano is getting a last shot here with the San Diego Padres. If he finally breaks through, can hit on the major league level, we'll see what his future holds in Major League Baseball. But that was the big question in my mind as to the one guy who might not be returning, but he is back with the San Diego Padres again. Will he catch? Will he DH? Will they move him to first base? What's the plan for Luis Camposano? I guess we'll find out more in spring training when we see how they're using him out there.
Yeah, for sure. Again, looking for him another fresh start with a new manager. And, again, trying to earn and curry some favor, maybe get some work behind the dish, maybe not, maybe first base, maybe just power bat off the bench, just whatever, like a body. He'll have a chance to go out and make the San Diego Padres roster. Again, not sure what happened with Mike Schilt, not sure what happened with Camposano and Bob Melvin, but clearly there was trust lost. And I don't know if it was defensive ability. I don't know what it was, but the dude straight up Crash Davis down in the minor leagues, called up to the roster late in the playoffs, didn't get an AB, nothing really happened. And, we'll see. He'll get another shot, though. This has got to be like, you're hoping that he says, okay, this is that turning point in my career after another, few years of turning points. Like, I got to get my stuff together. They have to give him the right opportunity and hopefully he can contribute. And if he doesn't, it's $900,000.
And this does not mean the Padres have solved their backup catcher situation.
They'll be very active.
They will absolutely have to acquire, even if they intend for Camposano to catch, which I don't know if they are, they'll need a third catcher, someone who can at least go up between AAA and the big leagues. You can't get through the entire season with just two catchers nowadays. You need someone backing up those guys. And if Campy isn't catching, you need a full-time backup catcher for the roster as well. So that's one of the areas of need going into this offseason. With Cruz and Reynolds gone, Padres now down to 34 players on their 40-man rosters. So they do have plenty of open spots right now, whatever they're going to do in terms of signing guys. If they want to take someone in the Rule 5 draft coming up, they have plenty of open spots in their 40-man roster to do so. But, the guys, the question marks a little bit, Jason Adam, JP Sears, they both got tendered a contract. They haven't agreed to a contract, but they are locked in. So what that means is that either the Padres and those guys will come to a salary agreement over the next couple of months, or if they don't, they will submit arbitration figures and an arbitrator will decide what their salary is going to be. But either way, they're locked into a 1-year contract for the 2026 season. A reminder, AJ Preller has still never gone to an arbitration hearing with any of his players in his entire tenure as general manager of the Padres.
Yep.
They came close last year with Michael King.
Very close. Close as you can get.
They got it done before they actually went into the hearing. So those are some of the guys that they'll have to get those contracts done. That's the Padres news pretty much from over the weekend. There was a big baseball story yesterday, though. Trade. One of those rare trades, a player for player.
Player for player.
A pretty notable player for player trade. And we'll talk about it right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Getting reports of a two-vehicle accident northbound 805 right at the 54 connector ramp. It's over to the right shoulder. Fortunately, no other problem spots, but do keep in mind we have got some thick fog around parts of the county, low visibility, so definitely want to leave a little extra time for travel and take it extra carefully once you are out there on the roads. A message from Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You can't avoid holiday traffic or your relatives, but you can avoid car trouble. Swing by Valvoline Instant Oil Change before Thanksgiving. It's your 15-minute drive-through oil change. No appointment needed. Find your nearest location and grab money-saving coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. That's SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So, Mr. I would love some off-season headlines. Woods over there probably would enjoy covering the Texas Rangers right now, as they're a team that has made more, I think, off-season headlines than anyone in the last few days. First, with the surprise decision to non-tender a couple of pretty big names that won't be coming back in Adolis Garcia and Jonah Heim. That happened on Friday. And then yesterday, the big news, the swap, 1-for-1. Marcus Semien going to the New York Mets in exchange for Brandon Nimmo in a very rare, just straight-up trade for fairly high-profile, high-priced players in which both teams feel like they need to address a different issue and saw a player on another roster that they thought could do so.
I think Brandon Nimmo, he had a no-trade clause. I think it was a limited no-trade clause, but Texas was on it, so he had to approve the deal. He did approve the deal. He will be heading to play outfield for Skip Schumacher and the Texas Rangers. Now, the other interesting thing, and again, we're not in Texas, so we're not going to make a big hubbub about it, but Chris Young, recently came out and said, we're slashing payroll. That's what we're doing. Like, we won a World Series a couple of years ago. We tried to kind of run it back, but we are slashing payroll. We are going to try to do, we are going to try to compete, but we're going to try to compete a little smarter than we have before. So that's why you're seeing this. They're very active, and they're going to stay very active. And I don't know what kind of team our buddy Skip is going to end up with, but I don't think it's going to be trash. They have good pitching. They've got good pitching. Offense was a problem for them last year. The Nimmo for Semien switch, it's going to save them some money. But they're
short-term, long-term, Nimmo's actually owed more than
a little
Semien.
bit. Yeah,
it's $101 million versus $72 million. But
yeah, going to save them some money short-term.
Per year, they're going to save a little bit of money.
Per year, they'll save a little bit of money. The interesting side for me was the Mets. The Mets getting Marcus Semien. They have Brett Beatty. They have Mark Vientos. They have Luis Angel Acuna. They got Ronnie Mauricio. They got Francisco Lindor, who plays short. And they got Jeff McNeil as well, who is they have like 5 infielders, Ben, with only a couple of infield spots. They're going to need to make a decision on who's going to play. I'm assuming Marcus Semien is their opening day second baseman.
I would assume so.
So now you have Brett Beatty, Mark Vientos, Acuna, and Mauricio for third base.
Someone's going to be traded.
Yeah, and Jeff McNeil
might be traded,
and Jeff McNeil as well could move to the outfield.
Yeah, this is the first of probably a number of moves by the New York Mets, who are addressing what they feel is their biggest need. Run prevention is what David Stern said. We were very bad at that, and specifically, the Mets were one of the worst defensive teams in baseball. Marcus Semien won a Gold Glove. He is a durable, reliable, consistent player who occasionally will show you good offense and occasionally looks like the 35-year-old he's become at the plate. This is definitely a risky move for the New York Mets. You're getting an older player, a guy who's more expensive, who is probably on the downside of his career, and you're gambling on him for the next couple of years, but you feel like you needed to improve a certain area of your roster with defense, and Marcus Semien does that for the New York Mets.
Yeah, it says here, it seems like the Rangers feel more comfortable about paying Nimmo a bit of extra money over a longer term than they were paying Semien over his age 35, 37 seasons. Nimmo played 151 games in his last 4 seasons, so he's also a pretty durable guy. Skip knows I can pencil him in out there. He's going to move to left field, Wyatt Langford to center, or Evan Carter, and Wyatt Langford moving to right, Evan Carter in center. Decent outfield.
I am curious as to how Brandon Nimmo will perform with the Rangers. He is a solid player, like a 3 F4 player.
Yeah.
Not a great defender, but he gets on base. Offensively, he will get you on base. He was He was a real Mets crowd favorite.
He is a culture guy. What does Skip
He
value?
was a first-round draft pick back in 2011.
Yep.
He's been in the Mets organization his entire career. Looked
Yep.
like he was a guy who was probably going to play for the Mets for his whole life. And then all of a sudden he waives his no-trade clause now to go to the Texas Rangers. That to me is very interesting.
Well, dude, I don't know if and I brought this up to you off air last week. There is a guy that used to pitch for the Yankees, the Rockies, and the Mets. His name's Adam Ottavino. And Adam Ottavino is a really smart dude. I think he's like a Northwestern grad or like a Princeton grad. He's one of those. He is a very heady, cerebral type pitcher. And Ottavino gets out of baseball. And he's done. He's hanging them up. And what does he do? He decides to go the Trevor May route and start a podcast. And it's good. It's interesting. It's always interesting to hear from a former player that just got done playing. And he goes, hey, let me tell you something about the New York Mets. They have no idea what they're doing. Carlos Mendoza does not know how to manage a bullpen. Jeremy Hefner and he were at odds all year long. They butt heads about it. Every pitcher got hurt. You got TJs left and right. And he said, and I thought this was telling, I wish they had brought me back so that I could have gone in front of Carlos and taken some bullets for these guys and told these guys, don't worry about what he says. Worry about your career. Now, that's tough. That's a tough. There's obviously not a lot of faith in Carlos Mendoza and the way he's been running that pitching staff. So you have that story come out. He also told a story about Brandon Nimmo, that Nimmo is a prideful player, very, very prideful player. Some reporter was doing like an all Mets, all Yankees team, and he put Alex Verdugo as the like, hey, best in the city. And instead of Nimmo in left, he put Verdugo in. Nimmo went after the reporter, like cornered him in a hallway. It was like, you put Verdugo over me? Like, he's a real prideful guy. I think for him, I bet you there was some indication of, if you trade me, I will take it. So trade me somewhere. And they did.
I would think you don't even ask unless you think there's a good chance that he's going to do it, because you don't want it to get out that you tried to trade him.
Yeah.
I think ultimately the Mets did what the Padres did in 2023. Again, a really bad collapse, or actually more like 2021 Padres, the second half of the season. And there's just has to be consequences. You can be, if you're a great culture guy, it's one thing, but clearly the culture wasn't good enough to prevent a monumental collapse by the New York Mets. And if I'm, David Stearns looking at that going, we like Brandon Nimmo, but how good can he be for our culture when we went down the tubes the way we did? Kind of opens the door to make a trade like this in the offseason, a change of scenery.
Yep.
For a couple of guys. Not that I don't think Marcus Semien necessarily needed a change of scenery. He's, from everything I've heard about Marcus Semien, he is elite
person.
A person, a worker, a leader.
Yep.
I mean, he's the kind of guy that the Mets are hoping rubs off, I think, on a lot of the rest of their organization.
Yeah, for sure. Who doesn't want that guy in your clubhouse? You want a guy in your clubhouse rubbing off on everyone else. That's what you want. That's the dream.
When he's not playing Pusoy.
Right. Because I don't think he's into Pusoy at all. That's Jock Peterson. You saw how his year went last year. That's another decision I think Skip's going to have to deal with. They got Jock Peterson, I believe, coming back. Or he may be a free agent. So I don't know that they're looking.
Pusoy on one side of the clubhouse.
And then good culture rubbing off on other guys.
Not a me guy.
No.
Marcus Semien.
No. I mean, Ron Washington said is one of his favorites to, and again, that's going to help them with.
And could give you a good offensive season.
Yeah,
he's had a number of them. He's a three-time All-Star.
Yeah. And then hitting in that lineup with Francisco Lindor, maybe Pete Alonso comes back. Who knows? We don't know what they're going to do with Pete. It's a no-brainer for me.
And
if
Juan
you're
Soto.
the New York Mets. And Juan Soto's pretty good.
I mean, you don't have to be a superstar to put
Correct.
up pretty big RBI numbers to put a good stat line together. Marcus Semien's in, I think, a really good position to succeed with the New York Mets here. The question is, how much longer can he do it as he's, again, 35 years old? That's a risky move at that stage in his career.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Mets. Like they have money to burn. If this ends up burning their money, they're okay with it. They've got Steve Cohen.
Like I said, they got rid of a bit of money in Nimmo as well, so it's not a huge additional
It's not a huge
commitment, just, for the next couple of years, and then he's off the books if it doesn't work out well for the Mets.
That's exactly right. What do you think about? Somebody said in the chat the transparency of Chris Young.
saying
like I'm cutting
lowering
40
payroll?
million. I think he said like I'm putting a number on it. We're cutting 40
I
million
think you'd have a lot of cover in Dallas
because
during Cowboys season to say whatever you want and no one reacts badly to it.
okay, coupled with a World Series championship that you brought, first one for the organization. I think the double, and you just made a really good managerial hire.
Yeah.
You're right.
But mostly
But
the
mostly the
Cowboys.
Cowboys and the Mavericks. You're like, nobody's even listening. I can literally say, here it's a different story. You have to be like, no, we're going to stay competitive and try to field a World Series team.
In Dallas. So wait, your listeners care about
So
baseball.
yeah, about the Rangers.
All right, we'll come
Interesting.
back. Big game for SDSU tonight. We'll get to that next year on the Fan.
Don't be mad at me because of your bad idea. You do that to me all the time.
You always say
Paulie, you saw that, right?
No,
Paulie, you saw that. You watched that unfold.
That whole exchange.
in one. Paulie, am I not right?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
out of one
God.
side of his mouth, he always says, there are no bad ideas. We need more ideas. You're always encouraging us. Just shout out your ideas because, you don't shout out enough ideas. And then I do one,
I
and you
didn't
give me a look like
respond.
that's
Oh,
a
my God.
horrible
I
idea.
didn't
I
even.
can see it in your eyes.
I did. What are you, psychic now? I didn't even
Oh
respond.
man, that was fun.
Was that? You saw it unfold?
I watched
right?
the whole thing.
We can't find a do this. So if you guys have any ideas, send us a do.
Yeah, there we go.
Something that happened. Crowdsource.
There's a
this,
good idea.
This thing.
I'm trying to think a step ahead.
So he says, did you see the Chiefs game where Kareem Hunt fumbled and Travis Kelce went and
Give him a big hug
Big
on the
hug.
bench, and they came back. They were down 11, and they
Yeah.
rallied after that. Like good, supportive teammates is something that we should praise and encourage.
so I looked over at him and I was in my mind, I was thinking, okay, a teammate picked up a teammate for making a mistake, which happens
It does
75,000 times. We're going to highlight this on do this. And I didn't even respond. And then he looks at me and goes, well, if you can come up with something better, go ahead. And I didn't even say anything. I didn't say a word. And I go, don't get mad at me for your bad idea.
yeah. Hey, don't get mad
Don't
at
get
me
mad
for your
at
bad
me.
ideas. And then we're on the air.
So good. And then the
I mean,
music
we
came
were.
on. It's so funny.
Got Craig Elsten
Oh,
joining us
God.
coming up at the bottom of the hour. We'll talk about SDFC's playoff game tonight at Snapdragon Stadium. It is it's a feast week.
I'm hyped, dude.
There's a lot of sports this week.
I'm hyped.
Starting tonight, not only with SDFC, but of course, the Players Era Festival gets underway in Las Vegas. Massive college basketball week. Maui
Yeah,
Invitational
Troy
as well.
plays at 8:00 this
Troy,
morning.
yeah, we're gonna watch Troy.
Oh, it's on. Is
It's
it
on.
on? Oh, it's
in
not
about-
on.
Yeah,
Remember?
an hour. Yeah.
Oh.
Can they go double overtime, triple overtime,
Quad.
quadruple overtime in their next game?
Who did they play today?
It's like Toledo, I think
okay.
Paulie said. It's like,
Yeah,
no
they're
one's. It's not even on television, is it?
No.
We're curious to see what Troy is
Remember
going
we
to do
wanted
next.
to run it during our show just to watch the most exciting college basketball team on the planet, the Troy Trojans, and they're like, Paulie goes, too bad they're not even on TV. That's a mistake by the networks. I don't know what to tell you.
Were
This
you
is
not paying attention last week?
well, this is a week too where like people are off. There are people that have taken this whole week off. Most of our building is not here today, so I think get this. They're an exciting team.
They
Yeah.
do have an insane college basketball schedule
You,
today.
you
Today
can
they do?
watch,
Oh,
all day long.
But
you can
8
watch
a.m.
college basketball. It's culminates at the end of the day with San Diego State taking on Michigan later tonight. Which all of a sudden, of course, we talked about it after the loss to Troy last week. San Diego State has made this game much more important than it really needed to be.
Yeah.
Had they taken care of business against Troy, you play Michigan and you get benefits either way, win or lose. You played a tough opponent. Hopefully you played them well. And even if you lost, you go, that's all right. That's going to look good on our resume, just playing that game at the end of the season.
Sure.
But once you lose to Troy, now the pressure is on. You need to stack a couple of really good non-conference wins to offset what is going to be viewed as a bad loss on your resume. So I'm not saying it's a must-win game for San Diego State tonight. I would hate to put the pressure on when they're 6.5-point underdogs against a really good Michigan team that, by the way, I think the report is like $13 million on their roster. Like that's what they're paying their players
My Lord.
for their roster. It's like 12 guys on a college basketball team. They're paying them about $1 million or more each.
And I guess I had forgotten this. I was just looking at this article by Mark Ziegler in the UT. We almost were going to be going up against Magoon tonight, against Magoon Guath. They were really close on getting him. And he had several meetings after he entered the portal last year. He spoke with their coach, his staff multiple times. They talk about the campus, the academics, about schemes, the Big Ten, and of course, about money. And then a week later, he withdrew from the portal, returned to the Aztecs saying, my heart was still here. So would be incredible to see Magoon go in after one game under his belt, Ben, and, kind of take this game over.
you could cynically think, well, maybe they didn't offer enough money.
Yeah.
They did.
They did.
They offered more money than San Diego State could have dreamed of offering him, and he still decided to come back to San Diego State,
which is amazing.
which
All these
you gotta
kids
love
get
him for.
These kids get a lot of grief these days. They really, really do. Okay, you want one, that matches up with the way that it quote unquote should be. Here's one: Magoon Gwath should be celebrated, I guess. Or like,
I've never seen a guy say, thank you for my time here. I'm out. I'm going into the transfer portal. Best of luck, guys, and then come back. Like, that never happens.
it's so rare.
I did not believe it when that actually came through that day.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad he did come back. I can't say even if that was the right move or not. You don't know.
100%.
You really don't know.
Guy literally could be playing tonight as a millionaire if he wanted to be. He would have been a millionaire playing this game against the Aztecs, and he didn't. And there are a lot of people out there like, hell yeah, that's the way it should be. Like, okay, well, there's one for you.
Yeah,
There's one for your
crazy.
column.
And of course, there's the other story about, Dutch going up against the place where he was an assistant for many years. First under Steve Fisher when he won the championship. And then I didn't remember this. He had stayed for another season under their Ellerby, the guy who replaced Steve when Steve Fisher got fired. And then when Fisher got hired at San Diego State, he talked Dutch into coming out from Michigan and joining him and becoming his, top assistant coach. So he'd even stayed another year after Fisher was gone at Michigan. So that's an important place, an important school for Brian Dutcher. I'm sure he'd love to get the win tonight, but mostly for his team to add to their resume because they need a big win. If they don't get it today, then tomorrow they get another chance against another good team in Oregon. But none of these games are going to be easy. This has become the premier tournament in college basketball in just a couple of short seasons. They are the best games. Got Gonzaga, Alabama, number 13 against number 11. Notre Dame against Kansas is one of the earlier games today in college basketball at the MGM Grand Arena there. They've got like two different brackets, two different arenas, two different networks. I think the SDSU game's on True TV tonight. The other games are on TNT, but it's become a massive event every year in college basketball in just 3 short seasons.
It's going to be a blast. It's is it same time as SDFC tonight?
It's a half hour later. SDFC kicks off at 7. San Diego State tips off at 7:30.
Okay.
Which is not ideal.
And it's going to be, where will it be seen, this big tournament?
So
True
TNT and True TV. The
Okay.
Aztecs are on True TV.
All right.
It's like the college, NCAA
All right.
tournament all over again.
All right,
And I
who's
think
going
those
where?
Stream on Max as well.
I'm going iPad for the Aztecs, and I'm going big screen for the soccer match.
See, now I will probably go laptop for the SDFC game because it's on Apple and it looks good on a laptop, and I'll go TV for San Diego State basketball.
Well, if it's Apple and it looks good on a laptop, it looks
good.
really good
Yeah.
on a TV. What's a better sport for watching in smaller? I can watch football on a phone. It doesn't bother me at all.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't. I can watch a football game on my phone and it's fine. I think with soccer, I need the vastness of it. Basketball, I think, is better on a phone than maybe soccer would be. I think
I like the opposite. I
Do
like
you?
basketball
Okay.
on the big TV, and soccer I can watch on the smaller screen, like an iPad or a laptop.
I'm just dragging a second TV out from the office.
It's a good move.
And so they'll be near each other. I got a Roku. I can get I'll probably have the Aztec game on the big screen.
Yeah.
With sound, and then probably have SDFC on the smaller screen.
I'm going to do a sound mix.
Simultaneously.
I'm just going to have them both really loud at the same time and
Good
see if I
idea.
can drive my wife insane.
Now, both games, if they don't go overtime, usually right about 2 hours. Soccer and basketball are fairly prescribed in their length. But remember that the rules have changed for SDFC. Now, if it's tied after regulation, they go to 2 15-minute overtime periods rather than straight to penalty kicks, which is what they did in the first round. So if you end up tied, you play 30 more minutes of soccer. And then if you're tied after that, then you go to the penalty kicks at the end of the game.
Okay.
Which is, Mikey Varas talked a little bit last week about the strategy behind that. And he said, I mean, you think about it, but ultimately you still have to just play to win the game. And then at the end, you start going, okay, well, we may go to penalty kicks. Who do I want out there potentially to be my penalty kick takers if we get to the end of the game? But you're not thinking about that halfway through going, what if this goes to penalty kicks? You can't obsess over it the entire game.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just fired up, man. I told Hannah last night, I said, freaking playoff game tomorrow, one and done. for SDFC tonight. Going to be really, really special. And, would love to see a win, man. Keep this thing rolling. It's been such a blast. I had no idea I was going to wake up. If you had told me at the beginning of the year, oh, man, on playoff day, you're going to wake up, you're going to be fired up to watch that game, I wouldn't have believed you. I was going to be, I'll check it out. I got way into it. And like Darren Smith talked about on Friday, it's not just the game. Like, the game's been great. It's the players. It's the Bombinos. It's the Pellegrinos. It's the Anders Dreyer.
It's great.
It's all of those dudes where you're like, now this is a group I can absolutely get behind. It's been pretty cool.
And Carlos asking, is Anders Dreyer healthy to play? Remember, had the quote.
Yes.
I've got it here from Mikey Varas when asked about the availability of Anders Dreyer and Chucky Lozano last week. Quote, yes. End quote.
Yes.
That's all he said. Yes, they are available.
Man, a few words.
Yes.
Asked
And
answered
yes.
by the coach.
Zero elaboration
Correct.
whatsoever.
Didn't need
from
any,
the
as Darren said. What do you need to elaborate on? Are they playing? They're ready?
Yes.
Excited, dude. Excited. 6:30 kickoff?
7
o'clock
Yeah.
kickoff. It's
2 hours.
right around
maybe
bedtime.
more if
That's
there's
okay.
See, now the worst case would be SDFC goes overtime. The Aztecs come down to the wire. It'll be like 9:30, and both games will be in the absolute, like the throws at the end.
All right, we're
trying
gonna
to figure out what's going to happen.
We're gonna get it all figured out.
I don't
okay.
want it to go overtime. Overtime would be very stressful. One and done overtime in soccer. Ooh. It's
Terrible.
like hockey. When you get to the Stanley Cup Finals and you're in overtime, and it's like
It's like the worst
goal
thing.
is going to
It's
end
baseball,
at any second.
Baseball too.
I don't think they don't do golden goal, so it's not like a walk-off. If you gave up a goal, you'd still get to keep playing, but you're in a lot of trouble at that point. You give up a goal in overtime. All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get to Don't Do This. Tweet and delete.
Yeah, and
Tweet and delete is
How-
always interesting from a professional athlete.
how about a little stabbing before a football game
Sure.
to get the juices going? Literally, the juices.
Not fans,
Not fans.
not opponents.
Nope. Teammates.
Teammates.
Yep.
It's probably never a good sign about how the game's going to go, but we will talk about it coming up next. Plus, crowdsourcing your do this ideas. Please
Still haven't seen any
send
yet.
them to us quickly before I get in trouble again from Woods. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is
Before we get to Don't Do This, just a reminder, our biggest fan announcement is coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. Listen at 9 a.m. for the next name to be called with a chance to qualify for our night in an Odyssey suite at a Padres game next season. 20 tickets for you and your friends, plus catering from Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. When we announce the names, you have 10 minutes to call us back. But you need to get your name registered first at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. That's 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. Now it is time for DDT. It is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
do
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
this.
Is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com. All right, I will start in the NFL, where the New York Giants played a pretty entertaining game against the Detroit Lions. We're actually looking at pulling off the upset yesterday. Had the lead by 3 in the fourth quarter, had a really cool trick play. Did you see the Jameis Winston, the throwback to the quarterback play that they had to lead in the fourth quarter? They're driving down. It is 4th down and goal at about the 5-yard line. Now they're up 3 with a few minutes left in the game. What would you do in that situation? Offensive coordinator Woods. Now that you've lived the life of the OC.
We're what?
You're up 3.
Up 3.
You've got 4th and goal, just a few minutes left. So the other team probably has time for 1 possession left. You can kick the field goal and go up 6, or you can try to go for the touchdown. But if you don't get it, you're only up 3, but they've got the ball deep in their own territory, a longer way to go. But a field goal would tie the game and send it to overtime. What do you do in that situation?
What do I do?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Going for the touchdown.
That's what the New York Giants did. They went for the touchdown.
I'm trying to win a ball game here.
Incomplete pass.
Bummer.
Detroit gets it, goes down, kicks a field goal as time expires to force overtime.
Okay.
And then they win it in overtime on a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So had they kicked the field goal and gone up by 6, you can make the argument, well, they would have not had time to get the touchdown. You don't know that. Malik Neighbors.
I'm trying to win a football game. That's what I do.
Out for the season and presumably was watching on television with his phone, tweeted at that time, sometimes I think they be making us lose on purpose because it's no way, bro. You throw the ball instead of running it to make them burn 2 timeouts. Then you don't kick the field goal. Then they have to go down and score. Football common sense. Am I missing something?
The running it is different.
They
than
did throw an
it,
incompletion on 2nd down, I think, that stopped the clock and gave Detroit a little bit more time.
59-yard field goal.
That's what it ended up. Well, no, not for the Giants. That's the 59-yard field goal is what they hit.
Woo!
And had they obviously been down by 6, they would have had no chance.
That's true.
So in that sense, after the fact, Malik Neighbors was probably right. But I agree with you.
Yeah, I think I'm
gone
going
for it. You go for the 2-score lead.
J-Dub says they threw on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th
downs. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th?
Oh, my God.
Well, at 4th, you can throw it because
right.
It's the 2nd and 3rd downs that
kills you.
That you're not burning any clock.
Yeah, and then he deleted that, right?
He did delete it very quickly.
I don't even fault him. I don't fault him.
Being frustrated?
No, God, no. He's a competitor.
I think he clearly wants his team to win.
Correct.
Is it a bad look
it's
when
a bad
the player is tweeting about the coaching decisions that he doesn't like that aren't necessarily wrong? Again, you could have been smarter about running the clock more because Detroit was out of timeouts, but I don't have any problem with going for it on 4th down there.
I really don't either.
In fact, it helped the Dallas Cowboys win a game in that same situation. They went for it, didn't get it, but they had the Eagles pinned deep and eventually forced the punt and then went down and kicked the field goal to win the game. That's part of the strategies. If you don't get it, you pin the team deeper. You kick a field goal. Nowadays, you kick off. They're probably going to get the ball at the 35 or the 40 or something. It's like they're almost, halfway down to score that touchdown to beat you anyway.
You need like 20 yards.
Yeah, well, they would have needed a touchdown if you had kicked the field goal, but still, you only need like 55, 60 yards. Then you lose instead of go to overtime. I didn't think the strategy was wrong.
No, and again, if you run the football, bleed some clock, I get it. That makes sense to me. But the going for it, being aggressive, I like that in my head.
Like if it works, great.
Yeah,
and
you're a genius.
Then
you're a genius. You put on your defense, like make a stop, and we win a ball game. So this was a crazy story that came out Saturday morning. I was just scrolling Twitter, and I saw that a University of Alabama at Birmingham football player is under arrest after allegedly stabbing 2 of his teammates at the facility. Saturday morning, hours before kickoff. Neither of the players who were in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries nor the alleged aggressor has been identified. He actually has been identified. His name is Daniel Mincy, and he is a 6'3", 315-pound, I believe he's an offensive lineman. Yes, redshirt freshman. He's being held for attempted murder right now. And again, circumstances are unclear. Believe what you want. I saw on Twitter that, which, again, it's alleged. The stabbing's not alleged, but the reason behind it was there was an incident at practice the day before and came in and was like, I'm not taking your guys' grief, and literally stabbed 2 of his teammates and is not only going to, not play football anymore, he's going to go to prison for attempted murder.
That's not good.
That's not good for
camaraderie.
It's not a good game day. Not good. You'd rather have guys in the locker room rubbing off on each other. In a good culture, in a positive way, instead of stabbing guys.
I thought it was wild that game even went on and continued. How do you play that game if you're? I
think because the guys it was non-life threatening, and I don't, I think it was like, oh, are they okay? They're in an ambulance. They're going to be okay. All right, we go. and they did, which was pretty nuts. And now it's time for some doo-doo this on a Monday.
Mega doo-doo.
No, I'm not doing it.
Do
You
it. Everyone wants to hear it.
You do it.
No,
We already told
everybody
I'm-
wants to
you
hear
ma-
it.
You making fun of me?
I'm not making fun
doing
of
it.
you. There's no bad idea.
I'm going to do another don't do this story.
Okay, go
'Cause
ahead.
I just saw this one, and I think it's crazier than maybe the yours.
What is
University
What do you
of
mean, the
Georgia
yours?
lineman Nair Daniels, redshirt freshman, arrested. Apparently reckless driving, trying
Georgia, you say?
trying to evade authorities
In Georgia, you say?
Commerce, Georgia, and there's no details here, but he's also been charged with 2 counts of cruelty to children, which is like, okay, that requires some explanation here. Cruelty to, he's a freshman.
What does that mean?
I don't know what it means. Cops gave chase. Daniel's mother allegedly got in the way. They only arrested Nyler after officers say a UGA coach brought him back to turn himself in. Oh, that is weird. What's going on in the SEC?
It's Georgia, dude.
It's Georgia.
This is their, I believe, if my memory serves, their 78th player arrested for huge speeds and.
So his mother was in one car. He was in another car. His mother ran a stop sign, and they pulled her over.
Okay.
And then he was in the car behind, and he sped past his mother and the cops at more than 100 miles per hour.
Oh, I'm going to beat you home, Mom.
Apparently,
That
something
old
like
bit.
that.
My kids like that.
I don't know where the
bit.
cruelty
Beat
to
Mom
children,
home.
other than obviously endangering children by driving
Yeah,
that
of course.
fast. But I don't know where the cruelty to children comes in here.
107 miles an hour.
Yeah.
This is they had a wreck that killed a Georgia football player and a recruiting staffer
Right.
in 2023. They've had several guys arrested for maximum speeds. It's as bad as it gets, dude. So there's no positivity on a Monday.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Let's don't
Negative Ben.
and more don't do
more,
this
yeah.
for a Monday.
That's how we used to do it.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The
If
Fan.
I missed any crowdsourcing of do this, I'm very sorry. People are very excited. We talked about going to have pizza in Chicago.
Yes.
Hot beef, though.
People want some
We're gonna-
hot beef.
People want some hot beef in Chicago. There should be some time to get some hot beef.
I
in
think.
Chicago.
Well, I mean, I think you make time for hot beef.
You got to make some time.
You've never had a real hot beef
I have
sandwich.
not in Chicago. We ate a lot of hot beef in Philadelphia
We did.
when we were there,
It was delicious.
and it was fantastic. Now
Now, this is
This is a
different.
different version of hot
Different
beef.
version.
My
This
buddy
isn't-
said he went to they have the like sandwich shop from the Bear.
The Bear.
He goes, it's not novelty. It's just as good as it looks on the TV show. He
Because
goes,
that show makes your mouth water.
highly
does.
recommend.
You can't. It's hard to even watch that show
I
sometimes
know.
because you're like, whew. I always find myself in the kitchen doing something, making something a little fancier than it needs to be after I watch The Bear.
This show does a really good job of making you hungry and depressed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's heavy. It's a heavy
It's
show.
a heavy show. They call it a comedy, and it wins awards for being a comedy. It's really not that funny. There's some funny parts, but it's really a depressing, sad show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a drama.
yeah, it's a drama.
Yeah.
with some lighthearted moments.
But they call that a dramedy.
Yeah, they used to.
Oh, I told Dub J said you can't leave us hanging on what Woodsy thought should have been the doo-doo this story. I didn't have one.
I just
Ben's
said Travis
idea-
Kelce hugging Kareem Hunt after
he fumbled.
Again, it was not. Not saying
You
it
go
was a
live
good
on the radio
idea.
with that one.
Not saying it was a good idea.
Live
I'm
on the
saying
air,
off
a
the air,
teammate-
there are no bad ideas.
A teammate. Well, then you know what? How about this? I'll come over here after your.
Nice big hug.
Keep trying. Thank you. I got you. I got your back.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right, the Crow Maniac himself, Craig Elston, will
There's your
join us
do this.
to look ahead to tonight's playoff matchup at Snapdragon Stadium.
We can ask Craig if a soccer player has ever helped a teammate up who's fallen down.
No, they actually.
Would that be a good story? No,
they
they
actually try
writhe
to
on the
make it look
ground.
like they're dead. This guy here is dead.
Mega
died.
This
doo-doo.
guy here is dead, and you haven't called a penalty yet. He's dead. And then he gets right up, as always.
I love it.
Coming up next on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Craig Elsten standing by on a huge night for SDFC. First this hour on The Fan is brought to you by Mission Fed. From first accounts to big life moments, Mission Fed can help. Saving shouldn't be stressful. Mission Fed makes it easier with great rates on savings, certificates, and ultra money market accounts. Grow your money the smart way. Check the latest rates and open an account at missionfed.com. Membership and account criteria apply. We will talk with the Cro-Maniac Craig Elsten right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Got a few things to watch out for here. Emergency crews helping to clear a crash on northbound 805 right at the 54 connector ramp. Also northbound 163 before Claremont Mesa Boulevard. Reports of a trash can in the slow lane. Then up ahead before the 15, some debris reported in the slow lane. South 5 coastline just past Poinsettia, some trash debris reported in middle lanes. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's a big week for soccer in America's finest city. And joining us right now on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline, Craig Elsten, the Cro-Maniac. But before we talk about SDFC, you got your soccer's gear on because it's time for another season of indoor soccer as well. I know you're very excited, Craig.
Oh, it sure is. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
It's great to be here. And yeah, I mean, today is a real special day for San Diego soccer fans with SDFC playing knockout against Minnesota and 3 wins away from a championship. Do want to put on everyone's radar that this Friday is the home opener, season opener for the San Diego Sockers, your soccer team that's already won championships, 16 of them.
Multiple championships.
I've only got 6 rings, though, Woodsy. I won a 7th. I think this is the year. I do think this is the year. Team finished, one win short of a championship last year. They're backloaded for Bear. Brought in two of the best players in the league, native San Diegans, Nick Pereira, Chris Toth, coming home. The first match is Friday, 7 o'clock at Front Wave Arena against Empire. But what I wanted to talk to you guys and the fans about is what we're really working on at Sockers to make our match day experience really exciting. And our goal is to get folks to come an hour before the game when our gates open at 6 o'clock. I'll start you off with what we're going to do right after warm-ups end at 6:30. This is brand new, and we had to push it through the league. It's called the trick off for the kickoff. So when both teams are done with their warm-ups, one player from each team is going to come to the middle of the field. We're going to have 3 judges that we bring down from the stands, and we swear them in for their objectivity. And then each of those players is going to have 20 seconds to do as many cool tricks with the soccer ball as they can. And whoever does the best trick off, their team wins the opening kickoff.
Wow.
They get the kickoff.
No
They
coin
get the
flip.
I thought it was like a Chili's gift card or something for an audience member. No, it's just a real
part of the game now.
wow.
Yeah. So I'm not going to, beat around the bush. I've been very inspired by what I saw from Savannah Bananas.
Yes.
Right after that trick off is going to be the Super Soccer's pregame show, where some of the players who aren't in the lineup that day are going to do fun stuff down on the field.
Nice,
with
dude.
fans, little races, little games, little skits. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's all aimed at family. It's all aimed at youth and having a great time. And then, of course, our indoor soccer product is second to none. It's just so dang entertaining and fun. So check it out, frontwavearena.com, sdsoccers.com for tickets. But try and get there a little bit early on Friday, see what we're doing. And I think you're going to want to bring your family back for more.
No stilts, though. I would assume no stilts. No one on stilts. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
we're
It's
working
the
on that.
creepiest
If you
thing
catch
you'll
a
ever
soccer ball in the stands during the game, is that count as a goal or something? No, I just want to make sure. Okay.
see. A free kick for the other team or something. I don't know. There's a million different ideas.
Kickoff's the best I could do.
You know what? That's
pretty
marketing
good, though.
genius. The name alone is marketing genius.
Yeah, it is.
You marketing genius. All right, no trick off for the kickoff tonight. Standard playoff soccer for SDFC, and a game that, I mean, we're hearing from Amal Pellegrino on Thursday when I was out of practice, and he said, honestly, we dominated them the last time they came here, Minnesota, and they beat us 3-1, and it really should have been 3-0. It was 3-1 until stoppage, or 3-0 until stoppage time.
Yeah.
It's the playoffs now, and if that happens, your season's over.
Yeah.
It makes this game just like so stressful as a soccer fan.
This is the one, guys, I've had circled since the start because of who Minnesota is. When you've got two teams that want the ball on their foot, that want to press, that want to attack, you're going to have a real clash. When you've got one team that wants the ball on their foot and one team that doesn't, you know how the game's going to go. And we know how tonight's game is going to go. San Diego is going to have the football. They're going to have more possession. They're going to complete more passes. They're going to complete more passes into the box. They're going to have more chances. That's how Minnesota United plays. That's their game plan, is to not have the ball, to defend. They have the best goalkeeper statistically in the league in Dane St. Clair, who won MLS Best 11 this year. He had 12 saves the last time SDFC lost to them. Wow. It was because of St. Clair. So their goal is their goalkeeper plays great. They defend. And then, guys, Minnesota United FC is the world's most aggressive set piece team. The Guardian did an actual breakdown, and literally of all the professional soccer clubs in the world, in every league
on the planet,
Minnesota United FC is the most aggressive at throw-ins into the box and set piece kicks into the box. So what they want to do is guard, defend, set piece goal. You're down 1-0. Now what are you going to do? And that's their whole game plan. SDFC, they want to be on the front foot, get that first goal, and take Minnesota out of their game plan.
Man, you got me a wreck now. I woke up a wreck already, like bubble guts. I know you're a wreck, but I now you've got me after that. I'm a wreck. I'm so fired up for this game.
You said a wreck.
A wreck.
I think I could
no, not erect. I'm not.
I was like, there's pills for that.
I'm up now. Well, I mean, I wouldn't need them. If,
That's a good point.
you know what I mean?
mean,
I'm still fine.
Ask your doctor after 4 hours.
I'm fine
you
in
know.
that department for now.
Thank God.
But I'm a wreck. You got me all nervous for this.
I'm nervous and excited. And
Yeah.
that's how I'm going to be all the way until 7 o'clock. I've been saying it a lot. I think the first half matters in this sense. If SDFC's up 1, love it. 0-0 is what Minnesota wants.
All right,
Obviously, they want to be ahead 1, but they want 0.
Devil's advocate. SDFC has had 2 weeks to strategize, prepare for all these set pieces. That should help offset a little bit of it. You know, watching a lot of film, they know what they're going to do. They're not going to get caught off guard by what Minnesota's trying to do in this game.
I agree with that. And, the thing about Minnesota is they don't even score on most of their set pieces. What they're hoping for is that bounce. They're hoping for the ball to carry them off somebody. They're hoping to have somebody in the right place to tuck in a rebound. That's kind of the whole way that they go. So this is a classic styles make fights. And you've got one that's trying to come in and punch you in the middle of the ring. And then you got the southpaw that's backing off and trying to dance. And that's who Minnesota is. They're going to be the dancer here. We're going to be the ones trying to land the punch.
Looking ahead now, we have the other 3 results are already in from the conference semifinals, including a penalty kick showdown between Vancouver and LAFC. I watched a little bit of that game, Craig. Did you see that, Woods, the free kick by Sun Myung Kim for LAFC to tie it, but then they ended up losing anyway in penalty kicks, and Vancouver goes on. So that's the opponent that is waiting SDFC should they win, and that game would be at Snapdragon Stadium. And then the other final is going to be Miami against New York.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's you're either going to Miami to face Messi in the MLS Cup, or if New York wins, you could come and the MLS Cup could be here in San Diego.
Got to win
against New York, but you got to obviously win twice to get there. But it is possible SDFC may never have to leave Snapdragon Stadium on their road to a potential championship.
And California dreaming. I mean, it's real. It can absolutely happen, but we all have to become New York City FC fans. And honestly, it's all about our side, right? Minnesota is standing in the way, and it's not a bad season if you lose today. It's an incredible season, but it's the end of your season if you lose today. After that, it's Mueller and it's Whitecaps. I mean, what an incredible story. And for those guys to win, they were playing Woodsy 9-on-11.
Holy
in extra time.
Smokes.
Yeah, it was a red card and an injury after they had used all their subs and they couldn't sub out. And literally in the 123rd minute in extra time of the second extra time, 3 was crossbar post for LAFC in one sequence. It was ping pong. Woodwork stayed erect, and that was the right. Yeah, it wasn't wrecked. And they go on to win in penalties. So this is a really resilient club that's had their best season, Vancouver. But let's talk about our team with our best season and get through this one tonight.
I can't wait, man. Game's going to start at 7 o'clock on Apple TV. It's free, right? If you have Apple TV, you don't have to have any sort of package or anything like that. Really, really good broadcast. Very, very excited for that, Craig. We got a few minutes left. Let's talk some Padres lack of activity at this point. I was bitching earlier because, I get impatient. Well, it feels like the bad news flows, right? You can't turn the faucet off sometimes. We lost Randy Jones. Our manager quit. We got a new manager. People were upset about that. They're going to sell the team. That faucet is seemingly flowing all the time. And then there's just little drip, drip, drip. Any surprises for you on the non-tender candidates last week?
It's a pretty interesting list. I mean, you look at a guy like an Adolis Garcia, who just 2 years ago was powering my fantasy team with, 30 homers and 100-something RBI. And you think, well, why did he fall apart? Is there something there? Could that be a rescue candidate? Honestly, Jonah Heim, for
I was interested in that too.
Yeah. For all our 2023 Ranger rejects.
I mean, it checks all the boxes. It's Texas Ranger rejected. That has a Padres feel to it.
It really does. I thought the Nimmo for Semien trade was a really interesting my bad contract for yours deal that maybe marginally favors Texas, but for us, it's the long waiting game, guys. I'm used to this. It's the last 2 off seasons. I think we're going to have this again. I think we're going to watch at the side of the river as a lot of things pass by. And then we're going to wait to get our catch a little bit down the road, and I'm kind of resigned to that. I'm kind of used to it at this point. It would be super exciting if they did something before the new year, but are you expecting it?
No, and I'm certainly not expecting some sort of Pete Alonso deal or anything like that. For me, this team has a real lack of offensive identity and one of the worst offensive teams last year. I'd like to see them start to make some steps towards improving the offense with, a real top of the line, cutting edge type hitting coach. That's something that I've kind of put at the top of my list. It's got to start there, in my opinion. And I'm seeing a lot of those guys come off the board already.
Top of the line, cutting edge hitting coach. Sounds AI. Didn't we
yeah.
already have Michael Berdard?
We did.
I thought he was AI.
We did. I don't know that he was cutting edge, though.
They thought he was. I don't
Did
know
they?
that
He got cut.
He did.
He did get cut. That's true.
And then finally, Craig, a little crossing streams. Cassidy, one of our tier ones, tweeted us over the weekend with an opening screenshot of Pluribus saying, well, this will determine if I can ever trust Ben and Woods on their opinion. I hope she enjoyed it the way that I have so far. I also started on Woods' recommendation. Was it The Beast in
Me?
The Beast in Me
Yeah.
with Claire Danes. First episode drew me in. That was great. And I have not watched actually episode 4 yet of Pluribus, saving it for a little Thanksgiving family watch later
it's
this
really
week.
good.
I caught up on that one. It messed my brain up yesterday, and I finished All Her Fault as well.
So I got hooked over the weekend.
Unbelievable.
I meant to text you, Craig. I had gone on this big long rant about Taylor Sheridan shows and how, yeah, they're pretty predictable.
Right.
You got she's an alcoholic, but she's got an edge to her. Right, the same thing. So I give Landman another shot over the weekend. I'm done. I'm all in. I fell in love.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I realized? I realized that Billy Bob Thornton is an American treasure, and he may have the most comforting way about him of any actor I've ever. I love his voice. I love his delivery. I love his FU attitude. You feel like that's the real guy on screen. I love everything about that dude. And I go, yes, I'm in. And I watched it and I fell in love with it, and I'm ripping through it right now. It's really well done.
I'll give you something just from the complete opposite end of the spectrum to wrap the segment. I had given up on The Chair Company.
Yeah.
And a lot of people told me stick with it. And I did go back to it. And I think it's the most crazy ass, insane production that is just in media in 2025. It is absolutely outrageous. The lengths to which Tim Robinson will go.
It's good.
And Zach Kanan. And I mean, a couple of times you're going to go, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
The end of episode 5 in particular. But I stuck with it, and I would recommend sticking with it. It certainly is not going to be for everybody. But if you like way, way out there humor that is willing to not be constrained, The Chair Company is that.
He's a genius, by the way.
I started and I'm like, Craig, I gave up after a couple episodes. I don't know that I want to even see where this is going anymore.
He's a genius. That dude is a comedic genius, in my opinion.
You have to. It's almost like Nathan Fielder in terms of it's designed to make you uncomfortable.
Oh yeah,
at times,
yeah.
And so you have to kind of agree to sit in that, and that's why I stopped it too, Ben. And then some of our patrons at Padres Hot Tub were like, "Oh my God, did you see episode 4? Did you see episode 5?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll give it a try." And I had to tip my cap in respect to the insanity. I'm like, if you're gonna be that crazy, man, I'm here for you.
Good stuff, Craig. We will chat with you after the holiday. Happy holidays to you and your family, and hopefully an SDFC win and another playoff game would be on Saturday. By the way, if they win, they've already announced that at 6:00 at Snapdragon if they win.
So let's see. Maybe I'll be back talking to you about MLS Cup next week.
It's possible. Yeah. Wow. Next Monday, they could be in the finals already. Thanks, Craig.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Take care.
Craig Elsten on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Since 2010, visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Now, you've teased us at 6:35 about something that I have no idea where you're going here at 8:00.
Apparently, your old pal Woods is still has the ability to get under people's skin, and it happened in a youth sporting event on Friday night.
We knew this day was coming.
It's not on video, is it? Somewhere?
I don't know.
Is it going to end up on TMZ or something soon?
Now, I'm going to explain. But oh my God, here we go.
And if you were there, call in.
Yeah.
We'd
Yeah,
love to hear
there
from you.
I did meet a couple of tier ones after that saw everything.
2 hours
I'll
down.
explain.
2 hours to go. Ben and Woods back next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, my friends, we are halfway home on a Monday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Good to be here with all of you. Looking forward to a week with family, see some friends along the way, and be together for a couple more shows after this one. And then, get a little R&R, come back, finish the year strong. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. And Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. He joins us as well.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have this is a fear I've had for a while, ever since your kids started.
I didn't even say what I did yet.
I don't care. I already can imagine in my mind.
You think the worst
I'm
of
kind of
me.
with Ben. Like, we knew this day was coming.
Nothing happened. What do you mean? That no day has come?
Nothing happened. You wouldn't be talking about it.
Well, no
So,
day has come.
All right. Tell us what happened.
So I told you guys Friday night, my son, Bo, plays flag football, FNL, Friday Night Lights. Awesome time. Just loves it so much, has such a good team, and they made the playoffs. So we had a doubleheader, and we took on a team, the Colorado Buffaloes first, and really good game. We won that game. Bo is usually the backup quarterback, but the starting quarterback and his dad, the head coach, are out of town. The other offensive coordinator, also out of town. And so I've been demoted several times. They said, hey, you have the place. I'm like, oh, fantastic. Now you need me back. Well, I opened game one with the pump fake touchdown. Second play, pump fake touchdown. We're up. We're rolling. Gave up some points defensively, but we ended up winning that game. So it was awesome. I was really excited. Bo had a monster game. Just had so much fun doing it, slinging it. Was really brimming with confidence. And then the team we were going to play in the second game, they're elite. I watched the game before. They're great. The whole team full of athletes. They're studs. They're fast. They can throw. Quarterback goes on the run, throws across his body. I mean, these are 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds. They're really, really good. And so I knew we had our work cut out for us. And they had a huge sideline of parents, and we had a good sized sideline of parents. But remember, we're missing 2 kids. And so we get the ball first. Bo drops back, touchdown. Conversion, 7-0. They rip off a 50-yard run, 7-7. We get the ball back, touchdown. We're up 14-7. They big long run back. They missed the conversion. We're up 1. And we're battling it out. They're making stops. We're making stops. So we're backed up to a kind of our own goal around the goal line. Bo drops back. He rolls out. He gets his flag pulled, lets the ball go. And the referee, we had one referee for the second game, signals safety. And I go, no, he was in front of the goal line. He was in front. And he goes, no, he got him in the end zone. I go, all right. And I didn't pitch a fit at all. I go, okay.
It's no video replay.
No video replay. They're 7. So there was another referee that was standing behind us, and he wasn't reffing the game, but he said, ref, I saw it was on the 1. I saw that. And the ref got mad. He goes, you're not reffing this game. I am. And I go, he just said we all saw it on the 1. You're the only one. And that's when things went haywire. So I didn't even care. I knew he wasn't going to reverse the call and be, oh, you're right. Some guy that was standing over there also with a referee shirt on.
And I can see why the referee doesn't want
of course,
people chiming in. Other refs
his
go,
power,
yeah, no,
right?
I saw that. Like, that's worse than a parent just yelling at you.
Yeah.
Is another ref going, yeah, I have no skin in the game, but you blew that one,
right.
And I saw it. You might want to change your call. I get that. Okay,
so I swear I didn't even get mad. I just was like, all right. I mean, we, live to play another down. But as I'm walking off the field, their sideline of parents is screaming at the referee. And I mean screaming at the referee. They are up. They are out of their chairs. They are screaming at the referee. He's already made the call. Safety. Your ball. So as I'm walking off the field, I looked over and I go, you got the call. Relax. And that's all I said. Quote, I didn't call any names. I didn't even really yell. I go, you got the call. Relax. And I walked off the field. This mom hits me with not 1, not 2, 3. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? And I didn't say one word. I didn't even turn around and look. I just kept walking to the sideline.
Hang on. Say it one more time.
Excuse me? Excuse
How many syllables?
me?
That's like 5 or 6 syllables.
Hit me with it 3 times. So I walk off the field, and then one of the dads, whoever you are, you and I should get a beer because you made me laugh my ass off. He hit me with settle down, Belichick. And I lost my mind laughing. I go, I'm not mad. It's a 7-year-old football game. I'm not going to get mad about this. So then I'm standing there and I just keep glancing down and they're pissed. They are pissed because I told her to relax.
So hang on. I think that's the issue here because
relax
for some people, you could call them the nastiest
name,
dirtiest thing, and they'll like, whatever. If you tell them to relax, they will lose their mind.
Yeah. I saw it.
Relax can be interpreted as one of the greatest insults of all time. You tell someone to relax, they will lose their mind.
Tell your wife to relax next time she gets upset. See how that goes. Now, I should have known better. But here's what I cannot abide. Don't scream at the referees, okay? Don't scream at if I'm the coach and I'm not screaming at the referee, no one needs your input. He's calling the game. Let the ref call the game. Let the kids play the game. And most importantly, let the coaches coach the game. Parents, you're ruining youth sports for your children. Just so you know, your big mouths are ruining youth sports. It's not the coaches that are with this desire to win. It's not that. It's you. Look in the mirror. You're ruining it. Sit your ass down. You do not need to be yelling at the referees. Okay?
That ain't a 7 or 8 year old thing. That's going to happen in the little league.
100%.
That's going to happen into high school.
No question. No question. And listen, when you get to high school, there may be something on the line here. There may be a little bit more on the line than a 7-year-old's football game to win a corny little ring. You don't need to yell at referees. You don't need to yell at umpires. And I'll tell you right now, the things that you guys are worried about with me, it's never going to be with a referee or an umpire, ever. You're never going to see me chew out a 14-year-old kid that's making $6 an hour that blows balls and strikes. You will see me fight a parent at some point from an opposing team for having zero feel. You have no feel, lady, for this game. No feel. Your job is to be there to support and cheer for your kids.
Now, I
That's
think
it.
if you had said that, you have no feel for this game, lady. Your job is to support the kids and the parents. She might have actually calmed down. But when you said relax,
no chance.
That is a word.
No chance. Ben, no chance.
Because you're inherently you're talking to someone who's fired up about something that you disagree they should be fired up about, but they are passionate about whatever it is.
Dude.
And when you say relax, there's just no other response to relax other than that person losing their mind. Calm down and relax are the same thing in this case.
Like the best thing
is you're going to cause anybody to lose their mind when you say relax.
You're
that's going to escalate the situation.
You're screaming at a referee, by the way, who gave your team the incorrect call. You're screaming at the guy that gave you the call.
I'm not saying you're in the wrong. I am saying that the word relax has never had that intended effect.
Well,
have you ever told someone to relax and they have immediately the tension leaves their body and you're right. Okay, I'm going to relax. No, it makes them more tense. The word relax always makes the person you're saying it to insanely more just mad or whatever they're doing.
It got her. Whatever it did, it got under her skin pretty good. Because again, she hit me, Paulie, 3 times. It was a bam, bam, bam. And I didn't engage. I just walked away, bro. I just walked away.
Excuse me is a confusing thing to respond to.
No, you heard me.
You were probably... Excuse me. What? Huh? What?
You're lucky. What? You're lucky I didn't call you what I wanted to call you. Because that wouldn't have gone over. That's what gets me in trouble. If I had called you the word that I wanted to call you, that's when I get in a fist fight. But I just said, relax. You're screaming at a referee who gave you the correct call. Pipe down. Watch the game.
Down. There's another one.
And zip your lip.
Say easy, Karen.
Chris in the chat says, relax and don't worry about it are worse than the C word in my house.
Weird. That's the word I was going to say.
Speaking of.
So anyway, we end up losing that game. The safety call was pivotal. We went from having
up one to down one.
Yeah, we went up 1 to down 1, and they got the ball back. It was a massive call, but I'm not going to flip out because it's a 7-year-old's game. Valiant effort by our squad. They ripped off a couple long runs, picked off Bo late in the game after just throwing up a prayer. He's devastated. And, he played his absolute heart through like 7-8 touchdowns. I mean, he was unbelievable. I was so proud of him and so proud of the team's effort. And so game ends. Bring all my guys together. Hey, what's the name? Georgia Southern. I can't remember what's the mascot of Georgia Southern?
No one knows Georgia Southern's mascot.
I can't remember. But let's say it's like dogs or
Jesse
something.
Agler probably knows. That's about it.
And so I bring the guys in.
Eagles.
So I bring the guys in. I go, all right, hey, listen, really loud. Eagles on 3, 1, 2, 3. Eagles, we do. And I always tell them, hey, shake hands like a gentleman, because you'll get kids going through there going, bad game, bad game, bad game. You're like, hey, knucklehead. So they all came in. So I get to the end of the coaches line. 2 coaches, the offensive, defensive guy, and I dapped him up. And the guy said, that was the toughest game we played all year. You guys were awesome. This your son? Yep. He was amazing. I go, your kids are beyond studs. This team is incredible. What a fight that was. Gave us a run for our money. Like, that was amazing. Guy goes, by the way, are you Woods? And I go, oh, no. I start dying laughing. I go, yeah. And I go, hey, listen, I'm sorry I barked at that lady. I said, but I cannot handle people screaming at these refs. I just can't. And he goes, dude, it's all good, man. We're having fun out here. And I said, all good, man. You guys were awesome. And then we parted. And nothing happened. Nobody met anybody in the parking lot or anything like that. But I'm telling you, parents out there, bite your tongue, especially like cheer for your kids and cheer against my team as loud as you want. Like, root for us to fail. Because when you throw an incomplete pass, I'm like, good, let's go. Let's get the next. Hell yeah. I'm rooting for your team to lose. That's okay. That's sports. Stop yelling at officials. Stop yelling at little kid umpires. Stop yelling at basketball referees. You're blowing it for your kids. You're blowing it. My wife sits, doesn't say a word. I sit. When Bo's coming up and playing baseball, I'm like, hey, bud, swing hard or whatever. Like, I probably shouldn't even do that. I probably should just sit and watch.
Hey, keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah, get your elbow up. No, I don't. I mean, I'm just like, hey, bud, swing hard, have fun, right? But parents out there rooting for your kids, just use this as a PSA. Stop yelling at officials, okay? You don't need to be walking towards the field, which she was. She was out of her chair and walking towards the field, finger pointing about a call that they got right. Smarten up.
Or at least they got on their – it went on their side.
Toward their side. Like, you're blowing this for your children, okay? And you're making an ass out of yourself. And – it's when those guys hit me at the end of, hey, are you Woodsy? I'm like, and it was a good lesson for me. Like, hey, man, I did mind my P's and Q's, but I got to continue to mind my P's and Q's when I'm out there. But it was charged up, man. It was heated. It was fun, really competitive. Like, guys played their butts off. Now they'll play one more game for third place, which they're fired up. But Bo was so upset on the field. And then 10 seconds later, we're in the car and he gives me a big hug. And he's like, I'm sorry I threw that interception. I go, I do not care. I could not care less. I go, in about an hour, I'm going to get the texts from our buddy Mark that films the games. I go, Bo, I'm going to have about 20 highlights of you making ridiculous throws that no 7-year-old should make. You have nothing to be ashamed about. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And that's how it should be. So yeah, I really feel like I didn't do anything wrong here at all. I mean, I told somebody to relax, but that's about it.
Which is wrong.
That's wrong?
I don't think I think I've excised that word from my vocabulary. I don't use the curse words, and I don't use the R word either.
Relax.
I learned that a long time ago. See, I don't do that anymore. It never ends well.
So anyway,
we were talking about how it continues through all stages of youth sports, even up into high school. And you mentioned the high school, it could have some a little bit more on the line with these calls. Did you see the comment from Andy in our YouTube channel?
No.
Took a perfect game into the 7th inning once in high school. And the parents wore out the umpire so bad, he walked off the field and canceled the game.
As he should have.
I'll never forget that.
As game. He absolutely 100% should have. And I have, again, if I'm going to take the time, and remember, we don't get paid to coach. It's all for love of the game and for love of teaching kids the game. If I'm going to take the time to do it, and I want to go have a conversation with the umpire between innings, put my arm around him and go, hey, where'd you have that? And he says, I had it down and away. All right, cool. He loves to throw that pitch. I'll tell him to try to get it up, get it in, whatever. That's a different story. I'm not saying you can't talk to umpires. But if you're in the stands as a spectator, spectate. if you want to coach so you can yell at umpires, I highly recommend you to sign up for coaching. You're not going to be coached long, but I highly recommend that you go be a coach yourself, because that lady was out of pocket. She's out of pocket, and especially the call went in your favor. So that's a real good time to pipe
A
down.
lot of pressure in the last game of the season.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a blast. I had so
I'm glad
much
you had
fun.
a good time, though.
It was.
You did
it
a good.
was-
You're a good coach. You did a
Thank
good
you.
thing.
I
You're all
appreciate
right.
it. Thank you.
All right. We need to take a timeout. When we come back, our first game of the week. If you'd like to play a little Take on Woods, 833-288-0973. Get online now. You can be our contestant. Qualify to win our grand prize trip to Las Vegas to see Sammy Hagar. 833-288-0973. Get to our game coming up next here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, listen, you got to calm down sometimes after a big game. And I don't really drink alcohol much anymore. I calm down with my Eco Water. That's a true story. I have a jug of Eco Water with me really everywhere I go. It's because it's the best, healthiest water that I can put in my body and for my children and my wife, our family, our pets. Eco Water, it's the only water that I will drink, truly. And it bums me out when I go somewhere and they don't have Eco Water. That's why I love that we have it here at work. We've got it in our home. We got it at the office. They have the latest, most advanced technology and water treatment for your family and business. Not just the first in the industry, the most advanced today technology that will let you even check your system from your phone, alert you if there's a problem, keeps your water safe 24/7. Been doing this since 1925. They patented the first self-regenerating water softener. Now, nearly a century later, they're still leading the way. And listen, that hard water that you have in your home, wreaking havoc on your plumbing, your appliances, and your water heater. If you ignore it, maybe looking down the barrel of a whole home repipe, $24,000-ish. That's why we went with Eco Water SoCal. And again, it's better water for everything you use it for. Try the Soft Life and alkaline water now, just $9.95 a month, 760-350-3338, or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Talk a little college football coming up here at the bottom of the hour. Another impressive defensive performance by the San Diego State Aztecs on Saturday night against San Jose State, and they have set themselves up a chance to clinch everything this Friday against New Mexico. We'll talk about that coming up. First, though, it is time for our first game of the week. We got some contestants online. Let's play a little Taking Woods. Take on What's brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. And let's go to the top of the board. Looks like we've got James. James, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. You are our contestant today for Take on Woods. 5 questions of musical trivia. If you beat or tie Woods, you will qualify for our grand prize trip for 2 to see Sammy Hagar in Las Vegas. 2 tickets to the March 20th residency show, 2-night stay at the Park MGM, and a $100 gas card. Sammy Hagar returning to Vegas for his Best of All Worlds residency from March 11th to the 21st, and then again September 18th to the 26th at Dolby Live at Park MGM. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. To give you the advantage, Woods is in the dark. He's left the studio. You get to pick the category. Here are your choices, James. Bye, bye, bye. Blank by blank. Those are song titles and artists. Guns A-Blazing. 5 song titles and artists, including the word gun or guns. And our new category, all 2-second songs, A Bundle of Joy. Song titles and artists that include joy somewhere in the name. So bye, bye, bye. Guns A-Blazing or A Bundle of Joy. James, what would you like to play?
Let's go By and By.
Bye, bye, bye. All right, this one's been sitting there for a while. This is not an in sync category. This is a category with 5 song titles and artists who all share the same second word. By, B-Y. So blank, by blank. We'll have 60 seconds to answer as many of the 5 as you can. First question is our 2-second song. You'll need to identify both the song title and the artist. And if you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time at the end. James, are you ready to play?
Let's go.
All right. The category is bye, bye, bye. Don't get discouraged. I think this is a tougher one. We'll see how it goes. 60 seconds on the clock. James, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods. Bruce Springsteen actually wrote which song that became a #1 hit for Manfred Mann's Earth Band in 1973? Which 2000 song became a breakout hit for alt band Lifehouse on their debut album? Queen Latifah mentored which New Jersey hip-hop trio in the late 80s, leading to their breakout hit OPP?
We'll come back to that.
All right. I keep on hoping you'll remember the name of which debut hit in the year 2000 for the band Dance. That's without an A.
OPP was, that was Naughty by Nature.
That is correct. Go back to our 2-second song at least. Let's try that one.
Go to the last one.
I keep on hoping you'll remember. What did he say? Did he get it? I didn't hear it. James, what did you say?
No, I didn't get it.
Didn't get it. All right, you got the 1. Don't know that it'll be enough. Tough category, though. The song was Paradise by the Dashboard Light by Meatloaf, Blinded by the Light by Bruce Springsteen and Manfred Mann, Hanging by a Moment by Lifehouse, You Got Naughty by Nature, and Cake by the Ocean is Dance. Woods is not going to get all of these, I don't think. He's been good this month, though, I will say. Woods has been very good this month. Tough category today. James's score is locked in. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Woods, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on James. Pass. Bruce Springsteen actually wrote the lyrics for which song that became a #1 hit for Manfred Mann's Earth Band in 1973? Pass. Which 2000 song became a breakout hit for alt band Lifehouse on their debut album?
Hanging by a Moment?
Correct. Queen Latifah mentored which New Jersey hip-hop trio in the late 80s, leading to their breakout hit OPP?
Naughty by Nature.
Correct. I keep on hoping you'll remember the name of which debut hit in the year 2000 for the band Dance. That's without an A. Pass. Go back to our 2-second song.
What is the category?
It's a tough one.
Pass.
Bruce Springsteen actually wrote which song that became a #1 hit for Manfred?
Blinded by the Light.
Correct. Go back to I keep on hoping you'll remember the name of which debut hit in the year 2000 for the band Dance. That's without an A.
By My Taint.
No, and then the 2-second song.
No
You couldn't
idea.
get that one. All right, you got 3 and you got the win. Blinded by the Light, Hanging by a Moment, Naughty by Nature, Cake by the Ocean, and Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
That's a meat. Yeah.
That was a tough one. Bye, bye, bye. Second word was bye in all those.
I like
Very
to-
tough, but you got the win.
I like to eat meatloaf a lot. Made a good
Not-
meatloaf.
Not listen as much to Meatloaf.
Not so much.
You've recognized the little riff though at the beginning of
I
the song. or
hate
no?
that song so much
You
that
hate that song.
that I blocked it out, I think.
It's not dance. It's not dance. It's just dunce.
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 Cake
Dunce.
by the ocean.
Dunce.
I think I know that song. Cake by the Ocean.
Yeah, you
I think,
absolutely
I
know
think
that
Taylor
song.
likes
I
it.
keep on hoping. Cake by the ocean.
Dunce.
Dunce.
But if there's an E there.
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's no A. It's just dunce.
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 All right. Feels good. I'm on a good little
All right, you got the
streak here.
win. James, thank you for playing. Tough
Keep it rolling.
category. Thank you for getting rid of it. It had been sitting there for about 2 weeks. No one wanted to try. That's a I mean, the word "by" doesn't give you a
No.
whole lot to go by. in
Coming
that
up
category.
tomorrow. The A. Each
Oh,
title
you have
has
to say
a A.
DNCE.
Oh,
not
D and
dunce.
C E.
DNCE, not dunce. Dunce. My bad.
All right.
All right, we'll come back.
Why do
San
people
Diego
hate vowels so much?
San Diego State, another very San Diego State-ish game. They're kind of all looking the same, at least at home, and it's working for Sean Lewis. But could this be it? The rumors are starting to churn that
What?
Sean Lewis may be gone.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
kidding. I didn't
Oh,
see
in the
this.
next couple
Oh,
of weeks from San Diego State. Yeah, I will let you know what they are saying.
May not
Coming
even
up-
be going that far.
No, very close. 2 California schools actually may be interested in Sean Lewis right now. That's coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Biggest fan announcement coming up at the top of the hour. Stay tuned for that. First, this hour on the Fan brought to you by Toyota of Poway. It's the season to save at Toyota of Poway. Voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. The Black Friday sales event is on with brand new Toyotas in stock and ready to roll. Hurry to Toyota of Poway or toyotaofpoway.com and drive home happy this holiday. All right, we will talk about the rumors swirling around San Diego State football coach Sean Lewis right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Got a couple of problems in the North County, South 5 coastline before La Costa. There is a collision being moved over to the right shoulder. Also some defective traffic signals. Looks like they're stuck on red on the El Camino Real off-ramp, westbound 56. Westbound 8 Taylor Street off-ramp, a solo vehicle accident. A message from Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You can't avoid holiday traffic or your relatives, but you can avoid car trouble. Swing by Valvoline Instant Oil Change before Thanksgiving. It's your 15-minute drive-through oil change. No appointment needed. Find your nearest location and grab money-saving coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. That's SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, it's the great catch-22 of being a non-Power 4 conference school. You hope that your team finally gets the success you've been craving, maybe even threatens to make that college football playoff. But the second it happens, or even comes close to happening, you are then at risk of losing the head coach who helped make it happen.
Indeed.
After just, 1+ season now as head coach at San Diego State, and putting together a 9-2 record after a 25-3 win over San Jose State on Saturday night, the rumors are starting to fly that Sean Lewis is potentially a hot candidate at not one, but now 2 California schools in the Power 4. The first one that's been going around for a few days, UCLA. Of course, they fired Deshaun Foster long ago and have been going with an interim head coach, but are looking for a full-time hire and likely will do so soon after their final game against USC this weekend. Get a new head coach in place, and could be Sean Lewis. There's certainly talk around that. And then just yesterday, the Cal Golden Bears fired Justin Wilcox as their head coach after 9 seasons. Of course, San Diego State beat Cal 34-0 earlier this year. So, can't beat them, steal their coach sort of thing. And he is also quickly rumored as one of the candidates potentially at Cal. So, you could have one decent season under Sean Lewis and once again being start over this process of looking for another head coach. Just like when Brady Hoke came, remember the first time, Paul, he had a bad first season, and then he had a great second season, and Michigan hired him. And he was gone. And, then Rocky Long stepped in and did a really good job for like a decade as the coach, but he didn't have really aspirations of going anywhere else. Sean Lewis,
didn't he
younger
go somewhere
guy
else though? Rocky Long.
He took a coordinator
gig.
Yeah,
New Mexico
he just wanted to get away from being a head coach,
and
then went back to New Mexico. But for Sean Lewis, he's still a young guy coming up in the world in college football, and this is his second head coaching job. He left Toledo to become the offensive coordinator for Dion at Colorado, then got the job at San Diego State. But this is probably a stepping stone job for Sean Lewis, if we're being honest. If he does well, this opens the door to much more money and a much higher profile gig at another school. Now, will you be successful if you go to UCLA or Cal right now? Both programs are just completely in the tank at the moment, but they're well-funded schools and bigger conferences with way more TV money that San Diego State can't really compete against if they go after a guy like Sean Lewis with all of their resources.
Yeah, you have to. I think that's what you get into that business for, is to coach as high of a level of football as you can. Certainly not a knock to SDSU. It's just where they are. It's just where they are. It's who they are.
Catch-22 is the perfect way to define it,
That's right.
because it's a huge factor in why I just don't have a high level of interest in the San Diego State college football, my alma mater's football program.
Yeah.
Because you're just a feeding school to not even the big schools. You're a feeding school to UCLA.
Right.
I know they're a big school. Not in football. Not anymore. Not right now. They haven't been for a while. They're not good, but it's UCLA or Cal or whatever.
Look at what Lincoln Riley has done. Parlayed a pretty good career at Oklahoma to steal $100+ million from
insane.
USC.
I mean, he did it at Oklahoma, which arguably is as big of a school as it gets.
What did he
and then
do,
failed
though?
at USC?
He won 10 games.
There may be more wrong about USC than Lincoln Riley at this point, because he's not the first to fail, and they may need to kind of.
They had Clay Helton,
right,
which was a stopgap, and then they went out and they spent the big money
right
on Lincoln Riley. And old Howdy Doody has done nothing to deliver for that school. Nothing.
Lost to Oregon this weekend.
I'm
had a chance this weekend and came up short again.
And I see SC fans. There's still that faction of SC fans. No, next year's the number one class. He'll figure it out. They've been saying this for years now. As that guy is making double-digit $1 million, that program is nowhere near where it was. They're not a feared program at all. And he's not the guy. But look what is possible for a Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis can, if you can go turn around even a little bit, he's already turned around SDSU. 9 wins is 4.5 more wins than everybody thought they were going to get. That was the over under
4.5. Yeah.
So that's in his eyes and in his mind. He's like, all right, UCLA is going to pay me double what I make, at least double. I'm in a huge market. I'm in a better conference.
And here's why he has to take the job if it's offered. There's no guarantee you can even keep your own players next year.
Correct.
I mean, Lucky Sutton, they're all the players who played well this year, they're going to get big NIL offers from Power 4 schools, and you're starting over again if you're Sean Lewis. And this is really an awkward time for it as well, because San Diego State has a huge game now on Friday at New Mexico. If they win the Mountain West, they host the Mountain West Conference Championship game.
Yeah.
If they lose, there's a good chance they don't even make the Mountain West Conference Championship game, and they're off to, the Arizona Bowl or something, consolation prize. It is another huge game for San Diego State. You're also trying to re-recruit your own players to come back next year at this time of year before the transfer portal opens in just over a month, and trying to convince them to come back. And now, the players are hearing rumors, well, why do I want to stay? My coach may not even be here next year. He may be leaving. What loyalty should I have to San Diego State? So
how much, somebody wants to know, what's his buyout?
It's still big this year. There's
how many years do you have on his deal?
I think he's got 2 or 3 more left at San Diego State.
Like a 5-year deal?
But there's no buyout that a Power 4 conference can't pay to a non-Power 4 conference school.
Clearly.
If they want him, they can afford him.
5-year contract. So is what he signed originally.
So he's got 3 more years after this, and he still has a fairly large buyout. San Diego State will make out financially if he leaves, but they'll have to hire
a new coach,
a new head coach
with a new culture and a new
start all over again with new recruiting, and you got to hire new assistants, and everything starts over.
SD activist in the chat said, so college football is just a pointless pursuit. And if you want to be a nihilist about it, my answer to you is it kind of is. It kind of is, unless you are in one of those top. Now you're going to find the outliers. The Indiana seemingly coming out of nowhere, hiring Kurt Cignetti, and they're going to have to. I think they've already extended him for a fortune, which is a good move because he's put that
the
program.
Best you've ever been.
It's the best you've ever been, and it may be the best you will ever be.
Yeah.
So you have to pay that man. You are going to find, and I think a young coach like Sean Lewis looks at something like that, and he's like, all right, if I go to UCLA, I'm a king of LA. I can turn this thing around. I can recruit here. I've got a good energy about me. I've got an idea.
These coaches have egos just as much as players.
Oh,
do.
100%.
And like you said, I can fix UCLA and be the king of Los Angeles.
This is the problem, man. This is what always bugs me. Because you're going to find that talking head that is going to get on his or her platform, and they are going to piss and moan and up and down, MF these kids. Every single year, you see it. They MF these kids, these greedy turds, blah, blah, blah. No loyalty. And I'm not saying this about Sean Lewis. I'd do the same thing if people were interested in me if I was a head football coach at SDSU. But I also am not going to MF these kids for taking a better opportunity. How many coaches, 2 years into a 5-year deal, are like, see you later. Prettier girl over there.
Happens all the time.
Happens all the time. Nobody ever says anything. They just say, give this guy his check for millions of bucks.
Well, he's earned it.
He's earned it. Right.
Right. No, he's breaking his contract.
Correct. And the kids are the ones that everyone's so comfortable going after instead of that coach that sat in that room. Mom, Dad, put him in my hands. I'll take care of him for the next 4 years. You can trust me. I'm here. I believe in this program. I believe in your son. Okay, coach, we're going to entrust you. We're all the way across the country. Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I just got a call from Oregon State. I'm out. Now what? But everybody wants to rip on these kids all the time. Nobody ever says a word about these coaches.
Well, it's a good week
leaving in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
packing their bags. Lane Kiffin's done it a dozen
on a recruiting trip.
On a recruiting trip, signs a deal.
Signing with another school.
Give me a break, man. Leave these kids alone.
Brian
These
Kelly.
kids are just playing the same game that every coach and adult that they've ever come up under is playing.
Well, it's a good week to be Sean Lewis's agent, because whether or not he leaves, he can also go to J.D. Wicker. And, J.D. Wicker's already acknowledged, we've already started talking about, more years, more money for Sean Lewis. If they do want to keep him,
Great leverage.
I doubt it will be at the same price tag going forward.
Great leverage.
But you want to get that done soon, so your players, hey, if he's going to be back, at least And, Kurt Cignetti, that was a good move by Indiana. But remember, they're still getting Big Ten money. They may not be a football powerhouse, but they're getting Big Ten TV money, and that makes them a player in college football, unlike San Diego State, which is at the bottom of the TV barrel when it comes to college football.
And where's UCLA in that barrel?
They're in the Big Ten. They get Big Ten money.
Big Ten football money. There you
Cal
go.
gets ACC money, not quite as much as Big Ten money, but, more than Mountain West / Pac-12 money.
Yep.
So now it's, we'll see how San Diego State responds this week. They've been great at home. I mean, unbelievable home. I think they've outscored their opponents now like 187-40 or something at home, but not as good on the road, which is where they have to win against New Mexico. Is one game behind them. New Mexico's playing for the Mountain West Championship as well. Huge game Friday, 12:30 in the afternoon on Black Friday on CBS Sports Network from Albuquerque. College football game of the season. And, Paulie mentioned, though, that the state of college football makes him less involved, and we saw it again on Saturday night, half full Snapdragon Stadium, only 15,000 plus actual turnstile attendance.
It just feels like
even the winning is not necessarily bringing the fans in for San Diego State football right now.
Yeah, I've kind of used this in the past. Like, it feels like when you watch San Diego State or Mountain West football, and then you flip over to ABC or whatever, and you got Oklahoma, Missouri,
It's
two
different.
top 25, like 100,000 people. It looks like you're watching two different sports.
It does.
It feels like we're in El Paso and we're season ticket holders to the Chihuahuas. It's players and coaches are just kind of coming through and they're feeding to the bigger teams and the bigger leagues. It's just,
But
that's just what it feels like.
Even at UCLA, I just looked. So let's say he goes to UCLA. He just got smoked by Washington.
Yeah.
They had almost 40,000 people there. That guy loves the crowd. He wants his, and I know it's, where they play, it doesn't look like much, but that's 40,000 people as opposed to 15,000 people coming in there.
And, the big story is they're trying to break their lease at the Rose Bowl and move to SoFi Stadium next year. So new era, new coach, started something big. Of course, a lot of people are mad about that because college football is about the tradition, not about the luxury boxes, but we'll see what happens with
It's
UCLA
just
going
tough to
forward.
get excited for San Diego State football.
All right, so
it's hard to get excited.
Here's my
nothing.
idea, and I don't know if Sean Lewis leaves, what do you do if you're San Diego State? And I would hope that Minnesota is not dumb enough, but the Vikings are having a crummy season. J.J. McCarthy's been terrible at quarterback. If they were dumb enough to fire Kevin O'Connell, I would give him whatever he wanted to come back to San Diego State and be the coach, and he might actually do it.
What about Ryan Lindley?
I like Ryan too, but that's trying to keep than what you've had. I think if you hire from within,
Kevin O'Connell in the NFC Championship game recently.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
going
from
anywhere,
there
but
to San Diego State.
They're having an
Pipe
awful
dream,
season.
Benjamin. What about
year.
Nick Saban?
Nick Saban didn't go to San Diego State as the quarterback like
Ben's
Kevin O'Connell did.
If you're J.D. Wicker,
his family's not from
you
San
gotta
Diego
go
like
get
Kevin O'Connell.
You
got
to get Nick Saban
I'm
here.
saying the Minnesota Vikings would be stupid to get
They
rid
would.
of Kevin O'Connell.
I think they would
But
too.
NFL
Give him a good quarterback.
NFL teams do this all the time, and you have a bad season, that's
They're
it.
out,
So
I think Kevin
just throwing it
O'Connell
out
gets
there.
scooped up by another NFL team
That's probably true
I
too.
do.
very quickly.
But he might want to come home.
I think he's got an
Wishful
NFL job
thinking-
before J.D. Wicker
Wishful
can even
thinking
call
on
him.
my part for one of my favorite people in football, Kevin O'Connell, that he could
I
come
know
back
you
to
love
San
him,
Diego
and
State.
you
I
would
do.
be very excited if he were here.
I would be. I'd be
Oh,
more
my God.
into San Diego State football. I'll tell you that. All right.
What would Nick Saban do for you? A lot.
A lot.
A
yeah,
lot.
We can't afford it.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So quit
Good
asking.
answer, Nick. Good answer. We got a Reindl Report. We got a biggest fan announcement coming up to start hour number 4. Next with Ben Woods, Paul, San Diego State's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods on a Monday. Short week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hope everybody has good Thanksgiving plans for the holidays this week. Spend it with friends and family.
What's your TV schedule?
I am anchoring Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Everyone's off on Thursday. So you can catch me on the 4 o'clock news, the 5 o'clock news, the 6 o'clock news, the 7 o'clock news, and the 11 o'clock news.
The 11 o'clock.
It's a lot of teleprompter reading this week.
What time are you getting home?
We actually record the 11 o'clock news unless something is breaking. So usually I get home by 9:30.
That's not too bad.
No, not my old life. I wasn't home until 12:15, 12:30 in the morning.
In bed at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
That's when we started this show at 5 a.m.
I mean, tonight I'll have to stay at least until after the SDFC and San Diego State games are over because I'll still have to do those highlights for the 11 o'clock. But after I do that, I'll be done.
I used to feel bad for you. And then my kids got older and I didn't feel bad for you. Because I want to watch the games and you get to go, you're at work and you'll get to watch the games in peace, right?
Yes.
Wait, you're on 6 and then 11.
4, 5, 6, 7, and 11.
7 and 11.
But once the 7 o'clock is done,
you'll be able to watch.
I can watch both of those games unfettered until the.
I'm so fettered
to the 11. Yeah,
I'm like
is it 4 hour or half hour?
Half hour, just half hour.
Okay,
so it's 7:30. You're done.
You're done.
And I'm really done actually after the first 10-15 minutes because then it's just weather and with pre-recorded segments.
So you get to watch everything.
I'll really get to watch everything tonight. Yeah.
I'm
unfettered.
I'm fettered.
Unfettered.
I'm very fettered.
In a nice, newsroom environment with plenty of screens everywhere.
Yeah, you'll have TVs everywhere.
True.
You're going to get some food. Do you eat while you watch? What do you do?
I usually don't. I usually just eat lunch and then maybe have a snack when I get home.
Really?
I just don't.
You don't bring meals in?
No. When I was doing my weight loss, I always brought my meals in.
Yeah.
But now I just kind of space them out a little bit more.
Put some fresh salmon in there as you're watching the
game. All right, it is time before we get too much after 9 o'clock to announce today's biggest fan. This is where it all blew up on us on Friday.
Yep.
Remember? Right around.
I certainly do.
This moment 3 days ago when we lost all of our signal and everything. But let's hope it goes a little bit better today. If you hear your name called, you'll have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973 and qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets, you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game next season with the whole fan staff and catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Today's biggest fan is Kurt Edwards from San Diego. Kurt Edwards from San Diego. You're now on the clock. 833-288-0973. It is still not too late to get your name registered at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan.
I feel like Kurt Edwards is going to call back because I feel like I see Kurt in the chat or on Twitter. Kurt Edwards sounds very familiar to me.
It's a name that does sound vaguely familiar.
Yeah, right?
But it could be sports figure. Kurt Edwards just sounds like NASCAR driver.
Running back from the 70s.
Running back.
Kurt Edwards. He played for the
Kurt
Rams.
Warner.
Yeah. No, yeah. Kurt Edwards was drafted actually by the Seattle Seahawks and then was traded later in his career to the Oakland Raiders at that time.
No, not Kurt with a K. Kurt with a C.
Kurt with a C.
In this case.
Yeah. There's a distinction there.
Like Kurt. You're very short.
Don't be Kurt.
Don't be Kurt.
Don't be Kurt. That's what I should have told that lady. The one that was screaming at me. Hey, you got the call. Don't be Kurt.
Poor Kurt's out there. Going, don't be Kurt.
Don't be Kurt. You're being very curt with that referee.
It's never a good thing.
No,
to be Kurt.
No, I'm Kurt sometimes.
I'm sometimes Kurt.
I can be Kurt.
I'm not trying to be mean.
No,
I
you can be
Kurt.
Yeah, you are Kurt.
I'm sure Kurt's stoked to call in.
Don't run out of time. Okay. Got plenty of time. Paulie, take us away to the Reindl Report.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right.
That's Kurt. That is very Kurt.
All right.
Happy Monday, gentlemen.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Got a couple of stories in football to start off this morning. I want to start off with the Las Vegas Raiders. They fired offensive coordinator Chip Kelly last night. It has not gone well for really anybody with the Raiders organization this year.
Chip hasn't been able to find his footing.
He really hasn't.
In many, many years, right?
True. He left UCLA because he just would rather be an offensive coordinator. They pay him $6 million a year to be the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and he got fired 11 games into the year.
And he gets to keep all his money. So I'm not going to feel sorry for Chip Kelly.
No, you never should. Let's see.
They lost 24-10 to the Browns yesterday.
That'll do.
Shedeur Sanders making his first career start.
Yeah, got the win, his first career win. Dropped the Raiders to 2-9 on the year, and Pete Carroll and company decided to make a change. Pete Carroll said, I spoke with Chip Kelly earlier this evening and informed him of his release as offensive coordinator of the Raiders. I would like to thank Chip for his service and wish him all the best in the future. Pete Carroll has not, as of right now that I've seen, has not named a new offensive coordinator for the Raiders. Vegas is tied for last in the NFL in points per game. They're 30th in total yards, 31st in rushing yards per game. I mean, they're pretty much the bottom of the barrel across the board offensively.
Chip Kelly won a national championship with Ohio State. So that's pretty good last year as the offensive
That's the offensive coordinator, yeah.
But that's really after that.
I mean, he took those Eagles teams to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then
UCLA was good.
He was okay.
But, I mean, how insulting was that to UCLA that you left a head coaching job at a power school to become an offensive coordinator at another school?
Yeah.
Because he could make more money and win
And
a
honestly,
national championship.
OC for a national championship winning Ohio State, like, I don't know that it gets much better than that.
That's why, that's sometimes
winning the Super Bowl.
We were just talking about guys, leaving for greener pastures, and obviously the NFL is the NFL. You had a chance to go coach with Pete Carroll, and it's the NFL, right? Tom Brady's your owner. It's Vegas. It's
I was talking about this with you guys like off the air a week or two ago. I don't know. I think the gap has closed dramatically. It used to be like nothing's like the NFL, just like nothing's like Major League Baseball.
Yeah, man.
And the NBA is better than the G League. You get the hotels and the travel and everything. The gap is closed. Like I was watching a game last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and it was Alabama, I think, was playing. And they were watching those players walking through the tunnel, and they got the boosters and everybody there. And I'm like, what does their locker room look like? Alabama football, and I go, being a role player or a star player on like an Alabama or Ohio State, you're making good money now.
Yeah, making good money.
That's better than getting drafted and playing for the Titans.
No. NFL's for a player. A coach. I will say
for a player.
I will say a coach. Like you're right. The difference is it's negligible now. Unless it's your ego, like I got to be in the NFL. I have to be in the NFL. I will not be complete until I'm an NFL coach or coordinator. That's different. But you can literally be the king of the world in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, or the king of the world in at Alabama or at Notre Dame or at Florida. You're the king. You're the king. You'd rather be the coach of Florida than the Dolphins. Probably would.
Yeah.
You can make it as good of money almost. I mean, it's crazy out there.
I don't necessarily think coaching is the problem with the Raiders. Now, they invested a ton in Pete Carroll. When I was there last month, billboards all over town, compete. We're going to compete. And it's a picture of Pete Carroll because they don't have any players to promote. They have no star players. Geno Smith is their quarterback.
What about Ashton Genty?
They drafted him, but they
don't play him much.
I mean, they don't play him. They don't run him much.
Bowers.
He has 600 yards rushing. I mean, their best receiver is Trey Tucker. They're just a team without any really star players at all.
Yeah, and I think, players, obviously, you want to get to the highest level. Coaches these days,
Max Crosby's decent defensive end.
You can have a really, really, like Chip Kelly should have just stayed under Ryan Day and just won another national championship this year.
Maybe Ryan Day gets scooped in a couple of years and you throw your name in the hat to lead that team. I think that's, I don't know, not going well for him. Another move in the NFL, the Giants continue to just...
Question, quickly. Would you hire Chip Kelly here in a heartbeat?
Yeah.
I think you have
in
to.
A heartbeat.
Yeah, despite all the failures. Yeah.
In a second. You want to talk about being able to market a head coach? There you go. Guy won a national championship 2 years ago.
Puts you on the map.
100%.
Absolutely puts you on the map. Elsewhere in the NFL, the Giants also fired their defensive coordinator, Shane Bowen. Now, they fired Brian Daboll a couple of weeks ago. Now it was the DC's turn. They blew their 5th double-digit lead of the year yesterday and lost that game, and he is out. Done. They're so over it in New York. It's weird, man. They're in every game.
Yeah.
These guys are playing hard. They fired the coach, the OC. I think they fired the OC as well with Daboll, and now the DC as well for the Giants.
Media's just got to get tougher up there.
I know
That's it.
I mean, I feel like if I'm a Giants fan, I wasn't expecting much this season. They play a lot of entertaining games. They've had some bad injuries,
Boy,
obviously.
You're talking like a Padres fan right now, buddy.
Not the worst.
Hey, it was pretty entertaining. I know we lost 4-3, but
not the worst season for the Giants fans. It could be worse. Yeah, they're not winning the games, but
Paulie,
entertaining.
That is deserved, Paulie. That is like, I mean, he doesn't get much.
Right side. Yeah, there you go.
Boy, imagine him this morning on New York Sports Radio. Give that take.
You don't
again.
feel like Mike and the Mad Dog are going with that take?
Give me that take again.
It doesn't matter if they win or
live on New York Sports Radio this morning.
They're playing, close, entertaining games, and we got to be pretty happy with where the Giants are this season, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone in New York is like, that's a really good point he makes. I am entertained.
He's calling in from the number 7. He goes, "Who the hell is this guy on the air saying there's some good things happening?
I will kill you.
What's his name?
And your family." That's a turd polish if I've ever. Yeah, they're in them. They're in the games. They're exciting.
5 double-digit leads.
That's
blown.
such a bummer, man. Just it's
like
brutal.
that's the season right there.
Yeah.
But you built double-digit leads. I mean, something has to be going right for you to build a double-digit lead.
You are like our closer, whoever it is next year. If we convert Mason Miller to a starter, we make Estrada the closer. He blows 6 saves in a row. Well, I mean, we had a chance to win. A lot of leads,
right? A lot of leads.
Bro,
You're doing something right.
You find me banging my head against the wall.
You're winning most of the game. It's got to count for
Throw
something,
you out
right?
this window.
You're not winning at the end of the game, but you're winning most of the game.
You're winning
That's good.
8 innings. You would make me. I'd be banging my head against the wall. Yes, 6 saves in a row is bad, but we had the lead. That's something to be excited about,
Totally.
Padres fans.
An easier problem to fix.
It says, does Ben ever run out of rags? No, he does not. I see him. He pulls one out from his back pocket like a mechanic.
Hey, if
I'll
I'm
give
a
you
Giants
$50.
fan, I'll go, we're better than
All
the
right.
Jets.
All right.
I'm
gonna give you
there's
50.
something.
I'm gonna give you $50 cash. I need you to call into New York Sports Radio.
WFAN.
Call in today and just wait on hold until they get you and be like, "Hey, my name's Ben. I've been following the Giants for a while, and I'm
Like, you have a commute, right? You're gonna go home.
yeah." And you're like,
So you got like a good hour
Call
on
in,
the car.
find
call in,
call
and
in
you're
line,
like,
wait on hold.
look, I mean, they're in the games. At least they're in them. We're not getting blown out, guys. That's something.
Say, hey, this is Benny from Brooklyn.
And then Paulie can pull the audio and
Yeah,
play it tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Just to hear the reaction.
I would want nothing more than that.
It would be so good.
All right.
So good.
Finally, we will wrap it up. Kind of a wild story out of Pennsylvania. And the internet, this story has gone viral. This woman, Brianna, told her story, and everyone's kind of siding with her. And I think I found myself siding with her as well. So she was saying back in September, her and her sister went to a Walmart to buy some supplies for a craft night, and they went to the self-checkout. There was nobody around, and she noticed that there was a $20 bill left in the bill dispenser at the self-checkout.
If you've ever gotten cash back from the self-checkout, you'll say, "Do you want cash back?" Yes.
Yep.
You hit $20, $40. It'll
Slides
spit
right
it
out.
out the bottom. It's way below eye level.
Yep.
And I have forgotten.
You grab your bags,
Yep.
check, and then you just start walking
I
off.
forgot $40 at Vaughn's in Encinitas one time, and it was 2 hours later, and I went, I didn't get my cash. Idiot.
So
I just left it there.
She claims she was not following somebody who had just bagged up their stuff and left. Like, there was really nobody around, no employees. It was kind of just open checkout area. And so she's like looking around. She's like, sweet, my lucky day.
$20.
$20. She didn't put it in her wallet, didn't even think about it. And then a week later, she got a phone call from the police department. Somebody had apparently reported their $20 had gone missing. They think they left it at Walmart. The store reviewed the cameras, and they were able to track down this woman, Brianna, and say, hey, you're in trouble. You stole $20. And she thought, finders keepers,
I found it.
That's a real thing. So in Pennsylvania, they have a law where
Is finders keepers a real thing, or is it just a real thing to 7-year-olds?
I think it's a real thing. Like,
I think it's mostly for 7-year-olds.
Finders keepers, losers weepers.
I don't know that there's any legal thing that says it's not true, though.
Well, except
so in Pennsylvania, they have a specific law. If money is left on the ground or anywhere else around you, it is a crime to take it without, quote, making a reasonable attempt to find the owner.
Ooh, now there's a gray area right
Which
there.
I'm saying, looking around, if you can see me on security cameras, like there's nobody around
here.
that's a reasonable effort.
She's supposed to run in the parking lot. Wait. Somebody left their 20.
You don't have to. You just can't take the money. But if you want to take the money, you've got to at least ask around.
You should have just pulled $40 out of your own.
So this has become like this whole thing now. She's
For
like
$20.
got a court date and all this, and she's like, "Can I get in touch with this person who lost? I'll give them $50 just to drop the charges and make this go away."
No,
she ended up going to court. She had to hire a lawyer and everything, and the
God.
lawyer got this charge dismissed as long as she gave him back the $20.
Let me put it this way. Let's say the same thing. Checkout stand, self-checkout, but instead of $20, someone left their wallet there with $20 in it. Can you take I found $20 in this guy's wallet. You wouldn't say that that's okay.
No, because it's easy to look at a person's license, know whose wallet it is.
Right.
If I track them down. It's happened to me. I left my wallet at the park. Guy tracked me down, dropped it off. Elite human being behavior right there.
But when it's just a 20, you can never verify that was that person's 20.
Correct.
That's a tough one.
Correct. They actually, in Pennsylvania, she's getting the electric chair. I just didn't want to tell you guys.
Yeah, it says
she's
here,
actually sentenced to death.
Finders keepers thing. It's illegal in Pennsylvania.
Finders keepers is illegal.
It says other states are technically have a lot of these laws, but they're much more. If it's anything less than like $100,
if I find money, I keep the money. That's how it goes. I'm sorry.
I think I'm taking that $20 as well.
Yeah.
If you want to say the right thing is probably find an employee and be like, "Hey, somebody requested, like, tried to pull $20 out, and it was sitting here when I got there."
Yeah,
but then that guy's putting it in his pocket.
KG the Elephants is a good point here. I'd like to inform the entire state of Pennsylvania. I have lost a sum of cash. Hi, this is Stephen. I lost some money. I lost $100 somewhere.
Everywhere.
The
entire state. I've been dropping cash in Pennsylvania for years.
Yes, this is my second Hansel and Gretel reference, but like Hansel and Gretel, I've been leaving $100 bills around.
So when Charlie Bucket found that shilling in the sewer and
he
used
should
it to
have given
buy
it
his
back.
golden ticket, he should have made a reasonable effort to find the owner of that shilling rather than spending it on chocolate bars for himself. This guy should have been charged with a crime.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Paulie.
You're welcome.
Interesting stuff.
I was like, really?
It probably cost her $500 to give $20 back.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
Like I said, she got the charges dismissed. She had to give the guy back the $20, and everything was well. But like, what a headache to go through.
Nightmare
for $20.
Who's the nightmare that calls the store? I left my $20 back there.
I would, if I was this girl, I'm going, I want to see the security footage. Like,
I want to see the
does
footage.
Walmart really have nothing better to do?
There's so much security footage now. You can probably see who left it. You can see exactly whose it was. They can check. I mean, if it was 100, you would go back, right?
Yeah, if I left $100, I'd go back and at least look and know it's probably gone.
How far?
You wouldn't ask someone at the store, "Hey, can you check and see if that?"
Yeah, maybe.
Put yourself in the. Okay, so you go to the self checkout. You pull $20 out. You leave it there. You forget. Let's say you remember when you get in your car. Do you go back?
Yeah, I run back. If I'm in my car in the parking lot, I run back every time.
Out of the parking lot, you're like at the stoplight. You going back?
No.
Like as soon as that car moves, you're like,
as soon as the car
whatever.
starts,
It's $20.
Yeah. Yeah.
True. Padres just made a bit of an announcement. If you missed it, not a player announcement, but
how about
off-season
a hitting
announcement.
coach?
No.
Not that either, but I'll let you know what it is when we come back.
Good or bad?
timeout?
Nothing.
Neither. Just informational.
Happy birthday
informational.
Okay.
Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This holiday season, too many San Diegans will go hungry. Join 97.3 The Fan and support the San Diego Food Bank. Donate food directly online through our Odyssey San Diego Food Fund, where every donation helps feed local families. Go to 97.3 The Fan, SD.com/food fund, and give today. And while you're there, you can check out a pretty cool trip to Chicago that we're going to be going on at the end of June with the Tier 1s. Just announced that this morning. If you missed it, the Benowoods Getaway to see the our local baseball team play their local baseball team, the Northside One, at their historic stadium. I'm going to go to a couple of games, have some dinners, have some events and fun with Tier 1s. We've already heard that a bunch of people have signed up. for the trip, which includes airfare, 4-star hotel, a bunch of dinners, tickets to the games. Looking forward to it already. We're still over 6 months away, but we know we'll be at least a couple of games in Chicago this season. And speaking of going to games, Padres just announced, if you are so inclined, that limited game, single game tickets will go on pre-sale beginning today and lasting through Friday, December 5th. Fans can secure their first tickets for big games, including the opening series against the Detroit Tigers, as well as games against the Dodgers and the Yankees. Remember, 72 sellouts last year.
Yes.
So, most of the season ticket holders are back. There's still a waiting list, but they do reserve some of their tickets for single games every year. The best games go fairly quickly, though, and this is your chance to buy them early and secure your spot for at least a few games this year at Petco Park.
I like it. Yeah, it's going to be. They haven't officially announced that Mexico City thing yet.
They have not.
Okay.
Those are road games, technically, against
the Padres.
Arizona for the Padres.
Okay.
So I don't know how that works in terms of ticket purchases. I'm sure there will be an availability if you want to go see those, but it's probably MLB and the Diamondbacks who are more in charge of that than the Padres. But I'm sure there's a way to get there.
We reserved our rooms.
Did we?
Me and the missus did.
Oh, for Mexico City?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Very exciting.
But we don't know if it's happening.
Has not been announced yet.
Not been announced officially.
You go to padres.com/ticket presale.
Yeah.
If you want to get more information on how to sign up for single game tickets for next season.
Okay.
The offseason, Hot Stove League, we mentioned the Marcus Semien, Brandon Nimmo trade that was announced yesterday. One of the other rumors that's floating around, and this actually does involve a couple of Padres players. The Pittsburgh Pirates and Miami Marlins are both being talked about as teams that want to spend a little bit more this season.
Yes.
Now, I don't think anyone thinks the Pirates are going to land Kyle Schwarber, which they're rumored to be interested in.
How come? Why not?
Because they don't spend that much money. And that would be kind of insane to all of a sudden go from zero to one of the top free agents on the market.
What is he going to command?
I don't know.
As a would you go so far as to call Kyle Schwarber a one-dimensional player? Like he's the home run hitting version of Luis Ariz.
Yeah. I mean, he gets on base.
What's his OBP last year?
He walked quite a bit.
A lot?
But
Okay.
yeah, it's 3 true outcome sort of player.
Okay. What is he going to command? 25 per?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, is it doable? Do they have the money to do it?
They do.
If they wanted to. Will it make a difference? Will they become winners, in the Paul Skeens era by just signing Kyle Schwarber? I think they have more work to do. But the theory about this is that both the Marlins and the Pirates are afraid of getting grievances filed against them again by the Major League Baseball Players Association for not spending enough of their revenue sharing money. According to the agreement with the union, teams that receive revenue sharing money, and the reports are that the Marlins and the Pirates get about the most, around $70 million a year. Teams that don't spend 1.5 times that amount on payroll, which would be in the neighborhood of, a little over $100 million, are then subject to grievances, and they don't have the benefit of the doubt when they get a grievance filed against them if they're not spending enough money. So both teams, especially with new CBA negotiations coming up, want to make sure that they spend enough that they're in the clear to, view it. So they're being rumored about many players, but with the Pirates, if they don't land Schwarber, Ryan O'Hearn is someone who is considered a fallback option.
He could probably milk some cash out of those guys.
Well, that's the thing. And he could also
Like-
drive the price up for the Padres, who, I think would be interested in re-signing Ryan O'Hearn. And Michael King is someone that the Marlins have apparently already reached out to as well about potentially joining the pitching staff. Again, driving up the price. Even if they don't land these guys, the Marlins and Pirates, by being players in the offseason, could be driving up the prices for some of these Padres free agents that, don't have any idea if the Padres are willing to spend on Michael King or even Ryan O'Hearn this offseason. But we certainly would think that they'd at least have the conversation with both of those players, guys that they'd want to bring back. The big-time teams are going to be in on some of those guys, but now even the smaller-time teams are kicking the tires on Ryan O'Hearn and Michael King here this offseason. Good news if you're Ryan O'Hearn or Michael King.
Yeah, man, you want as much interest. I mean, every friggin' team in baseball should be in on Michael King. Every single one should be in on Michael King, looking to add them to their roster. So it's great for Michael King. Drive up the price.
Especially if many teams are looking before the CBA to maybe spend a little bit extra this offseason, even if it's just for show, which it might just be for show. Like you're going into negotiations with players and they're all saying, look at all these teams getting revenue sharing. They're not spending money on players. And then they go, but wait, we just signed Michael King and we just signed Ryan O'Hearn or even Kyle Schwarber. Is it disingenuous? Maybe a little bit, but when you go into it, you want to have as much ammunition as possible in negotiations.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but listen, I mean, if you're Ryan O'Hearn and you want to win, you don't sign there. And if you're Michael King and you want to win, I don't know that you signed in Miami. I know they have an up and coming pitching staff.
They jumped from 62 to 79 wins last season. The Marlins. I didn't even realize that.
They've got an up and coming pitching staff. Listen, it's all player dependent. You got to love where you're playing, even if you're getting paid a ton.
Because all the rumors were they were going to trade Alcantara and Edward Cabrera, but if they're trying to sign and win, maybe they aren't going to trade those guys and just add to their pitching rotation with someone like Michael King.
Indeed.
Interesting, though, that there's some prize bidders out there in free agency this offseason.
Isn't that what would happen to if you instituted the salary floor in baseball?
Partly, yeah. You'd have these teams bidding on more guys for sure.
And again, in free agency, like it has to be a mutual thing. Like, yeah, we're going to pay you a lot of money, but you also have to want to play here, and if you're one of those guys that's like, I got a few years left, I'm going to take the highest bidder, fine. But you can take advantage of some of those teams with a salary floor that have to spend the money. And you can probably get more money than you would have gotten from another team. But then you're playing in Pittsburgh, you're playing in Miami.
Plus, both of those owners have attendance problems.
Correct.
And even the show of spending some money could draw in some new fans.
Like, I love Ryan O'Hearn, but if you're a Pirates fan, you're not like, now I'm in. I don't go to watch Paul Skeens pitch, but I'm going to go watch Ryan O'Hearn play. I love Paul Skeens. Right. So we'll see.
Don't forget, all guests on Ben and Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their lives when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapiro.com. All right, final segment. Set the stage for a big night in San Diego sports as we wrap things up. Head to 10 o'clock with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Segment of Ben and Woods on a Monday. Paulie, give everybody the bad news. If everyone was hoping that Troy it turns out Troy is probably one of the best college basketball teams in America after beating SDSU and taking USC to triple overtime. How are they following up last week's epic performances as they are battling Toledo this morning?
Not great.
Not good.
They're down. Let me refresh. They're down 7 now. They were down like double digits a few minutes ago.
Well, maybe it's another
they're down
epic
7 with under 4 to go.
Oh, maybe another epic comeback.
Okay.
For
at
Troy.
least force overtime. At least force overtime.
Yeah, but they're not playing a top 25 or top 25 fringe team. They're just playing Toledo this time. That's going to look like a really bad loss at the end of the season.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, as we all feared, it would.
Well, if they don't drop this one to Toledo, they'll drop one to LaGrange or something. And
LaGrange. Is it LaGrange?
Isn't that a ZZ Top song?
It was. Well, I'm down on the Texas
maybe
town.
South Alabama or Old Dominion.
No, they got a lot of nice girls down there. You know that song? He does that bit at the beginning. They got a lot of nice girls down there.
Which means, tonight's game against Michigan is one of your few opportunities to change the narrative about San Diego State basketball.
Hey, no big deal. If you win this game, it wipes that thing out. So that's what you're playing. It kind of does.
And if you don't, then, well, you're probably dropped out of the field. I saw Joe Lunardi this morning, did his updated bracketology, and the Aztecs are a good segment.
That would be very good.
But
not a girl out there.
Yeah, Lunardi has the Aztecs now
like
already in his last 4 in the field, like would be in a first 4 game like they were last year. So they went from solidly in as an 8th seed, now barely hanging on to a tournament spot. So they lose a couple in Las Vegas this week and figure they're not even in as an at-large team anymore. You're going to have to dominate the rest of the way. Okay. Dominate if you want to make the NCAA tournament. If you don't do something.
Well, that season could really go from, man, this is unbelievable, to, wow.
We got too many good players. How's Dutch going to work them all in?
This, Paulie and Ben, is just the worst part about being in sports
I
radio.
do trust Dutch that he knows his team.
Sure.
And he says we are going to be good at eventually. How long it's going to take, I don't know. Everyone's got to gel together. Sometimes that takes some time. I trust him when he says, I've got a very good team. But, a loss now is just as painful as a loss at the end of the season.
Yep.
So, they're going to have to start winning games and proving it on the court.
Yeah, buddy. Starts tonight.
Tonight would be nice.
Tonight would be
And then, of
huge
course, that's not even the biggest game in San Diego. The biggest game will happen at Snapdragon Stadium. We can talk about that right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Just a couple things wrapping up our morning drive. One of them is some debris reported in the slow lane, North 163, just before Friars Road. And South 5 Coastline past Palomar Airport Road. Collision over to the right shoulder up ahead before La Costa. Got another crash. This one involves several vehicles trying to get that all moved over to the right shoulder. A message from Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You can't avoid holiday traffic or your relatives, but you can avoid car trouble. Swing by Valvoline Instant Oil Change before Thanksgiving. It's your 15-minute drive-through oil change. No appointment needed. Find your nearest location and grab money-saving coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. That's SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
The bar is fairly low, but I think it's fair to say that this is the most excited I've ever been for a soccer game in my life.
There is absolutely no question about it. There is no question about it. I remember the last time the World Cup was going on.
I was into it, but I wasn't,
was into it.
I wasn't like nervous. Or,
No, I didn't have a real investment in the players, necessarily. And I watched a couple of other countries play, and that was okay, but I didn't get as into it as I have with SDFC this year.
That's part of, you're absolutely right. Getting to know some of the players over the course of the season.
Yeah, it's like, it's American flag. I got to root for
getting
him. Okay,
to know
fine.
Mikey.
But getting to know the principles has been huge. It's like I always say, like, I don't follow the NBA. If they had a team here, I would be a rabid NBA fan. Rabid. Right? Because they're here and I'm looking at them and I'm meeting them or I'm going to, cover them or whatever it is. The minute they got here, I was even skeptical then. And I think Mike Yavaris had a lot to do with it. But it's been really fun. The games also. Now what was the team that I did PA for?
1904 FC.
What was that?
That was a soccer team.
Yeah. What league was it?
I don't really remember.
I don't either.
They all kind of blended together.
Yeah.
At that time, right? And they asked me if I would do PA. And I said, no, I know nothing. They said, well, this is what we'll pay you. I said, sure, I'll do it. So I did it for a whole season. And I'm not kidding you when I say I think they scored 1 goal at home. On the road, they play. I'm not joking when I said I think I had 1, maybe 2 calls of goal. Like, that's it. I would sit up there, Ben, in that press box, and I would have to hold my eyes open from exhaustion and boredom. It was the most boring thing I had ever laid my eyes on.
I mean, it was a good 4 or 5 rungs down from the MLS. This was the National Independent Soccer Association, NISA, that they played in.
It was so mind-numbingly painful and boring that I said I can't do this.
Do you remember why they were called 1904?
I do, but I can't remember.
19 is
19,
the
right.
S is the 19th letter of the alphabet. D is the 4th letter of the alphabet.
That's right. And I just remember sitting up there going, well, I'm glad they're paying me semi-well because this is excruciating. It was,
but it's not watching SDFC.
It's miles different. They're such a fun team. They're such an exciting team. The way they play is exciting. The players are exciting. They've got a lot of flair. The crowd is bananas. There are 14 people at those 1904 games. It was horrific.
And that is, for me, a big difference because watching soccer before, I couldn't really tell the difference between
good and bad,
good soccer and just sort of good soccer.
And people will listen to this and they'll go, "Oh, you haven't seen this league, which is way better than MLS." And I fine.
But now
I don't live in England.
Enough of an appreciation that I know, okay, SDFC plays a appealing brand of soccer.
It's appealing.
Now, is it as good as Premier League or Bundesliga? No, but for American soccer, it's as appealing as they think you're going to get. I mean,
yes, and if I lived in Germany, I'd probably be like, "Oh, you guys are excited for the MLS playoffs? Wait till you see, this." But I don't. I live here.
You can make the argument that no one in soccer plays America, or no one in America plays soccer in a more appealing fashion than SDFC. It's our top level. We play more appealing than the national team certainly does, and it's fun to watch. They've put together a really fun to watch soccer team in this first season that's had a ton of success and is now 3 wins away from a championship.
Yeah,
what more can you ask for?
That's it, man. It's incredible. It's been incredible.
You write the book on how to put together and launch a team. SDFC has written the book. They've handled it just about flawlessly from the beginning.
And I don't want it to end tonight. That's the other thing. I'm just so fired up to watch this game and scream for them, and I just can't wait.
If you are going, which means you're probably in the know because it's sold out and you got your tickets long ago, you probably know they're doing a blue out at the game, which means you're supposed to wear all blue so everybody in the stadium looks the same, makes it more intimidating. Yes, the Azul part of the Azul and Chrome, focus on the blue, and they want it to look very blue.
What is Craig going to do?
As the Chromaniac? He'll be the one guy in silver in the entire, in Chrome in the entire stadium, or will he wear blue? I didn't ask him that.
Some breaking baseball news. Warren Schaefer. If I said the name Warren Schaefer to you, who would that be?
I would say he's the Rockies interim manager.
He is now officially the Rockies manager. He will remain Rockies manager in 2026.
So Paul DePodesta's first big move
keep the guy we got
is to keep the interim guy that no one had ever heard of before as the manager.
Warren Schaefer. If you put a gun to my head and said, who is the manager of the Rockies, I would have said I have no idea.
That's a direction for sure.
Yeah, my boy BKG tweeted in, you don't live in England, but you listen to their music. Yeah, I don't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to listen to English bands. Therein lies the tip. If I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and be like, all right, Oasis is playing, I'd be like, oh, never mind. I'm not doing it. So I see your point that you're making, and I'm sure it's fantastic, but I don't love it that much to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and cheer for a team of a city I've never been to.
I think it's just hard because there's which do I watch? The Spanish, the Italian,
which one?
The English.
People have decided, German, and they're convicted.
Yeah,
in their
but
decisions.
Until you really are getting involved in one league, it's hard to make a pick. It's like
it is.
They're all good. They're all over the place. I don't know what to watch. I can't watch them all, obviously.
No, I can't either.
But now I can watch MLS, and now I'm not just watching SDFC, but I'm throwing on some of the other playoff games as well. I'm starting to get into it.
It's exactly what they wanted. They wanted to hook you in, and they got us. So I'm excited about it.
All right, so that's the big news tonight. We will have full reaction tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to college basketball and Major League Soccer in the morning.
I'd love a double guttural yell tomorrow.
Ooh.
That's what would make me very, very happy. Double guttural scream from the Ben and Woods program.
Someone in our chat said they thought Michigan was ripe for the upset, and they were. Oh yeah, it's J-Dubs. He said go blue. He's a Michigan fan, but he thinks
really?
They're ripe for the upset tonight.
The line has moved overnight. They were, I think, San Diego State was 7.5 point underdogs last night, and I think they're down to like 5 or 5.5 now.
Smart money, late money, always knows.
It's nerve-wracking. I love a nerve-wracking night in sports.
My friends somebody sent me a stat. An unranked team has not beaten a ranked team yet this year.
In college basketball, I saw that too.
That means it's time.
I mean, today there's a number of chances.
Oh, like the whole top 25 is playing tonight.
But I'd love if San Diego State could be the first. That would definitely change the conversation about the Aztecs tonight. All right, that's it. This hour on 97.3 The Fan brought to you by Toyota of Poway. It's the season to save at Toyota of Poway, voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. The Black Friday sales event is on with brand new Toyotas in stock and ready to roll. Hurry to Toyota of Poway or toyotaofpoway.com and drive home happy this holiday.
It's a fun show today. I like that a lot.
It was a fun show. And we're already a third of the way through our week.
I like that a lot.
I like that a lot.
Our Midway Point show will be tomorrow at 6 a.m. We will rejoin you then to talk Aztecs and SDFC. Midday, guys. Coming up next for Paul Reindl, for Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Monday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan, and hopefully see you in Chicago next summer.